Hey folks, welcome back. Today we're playing Dungeon World again in the Myth the Wind Age. Let's get started. Okay, so let's pop back to Yrzgrad here. Okay, so it's the day after this big battle with Myrkridia. Everybody's a little hungover from their sort of afternoon evening celebration in the old bell. What's that?
Smoke inhalation.
Yeah, that too. So there weren't too many injuries. Fortunately, there were a couple injuries during the firefighting, but nobody really got hurt too badly by the Myrkridia. You guys healed a couple injuries. You guys had interrogated their leader.
Got dragged away.
What's that?
It's the first dude who volunteered to be dragged away.
Yeah. And everybody is there's a lot of talk as you come down to the common room of the old bell. I assume that's where you guys are staying, yes, except for maybe Pycole, who's sleeping outside in the wilderness, probably, or at least on one of the wilderness areas around the shrine. But yeah, so you guys wake up. There's breakfast. There's bacon and eggs. They got fresh food for everybody. They've got tea, local tea, and as you guys are sort of filtering into the common room, there's a lot of talk about the battle, and there's also a lot of talk about the comet. So you hear people kind of, saying like, "Did you see that last night? What do you think it means?" And so there's theories flying around about what exactly the comet portends, and are we gonna, is somebody gonna show up and kill all the monsters, and who's it gonna be? Is it somebody, is it the Emperor of the Keith Brewig, or is it, maybe it's a local hero, something like that. So lots of speculation flying around. And there is a who's the first one of you that comes down to the common room, actually?
Oh, me, because I gotta brag up myself a bit.
Okay, yeah. So you come down, and so you see that as you're just getting down there, there's a couple local peddlers are getting ready to leave. They're kind of, they've had their early breakfast, and there's also local farmers that are already eating when you get down there, because they start up early. So they got out, pretty much at first light, and then the peddlers are not far behind. As they get back out into their fields to work for the day, because the Myrkridia fortunately haven't done much damage to the surrounding foliage. So except for the forest fire that you guys had, there was not, the farms were mostly okay because they're all on the south side of the city. There's a little damage. There's one. You hear one of them talk about a farm that was damaged on the northeast side of the city, but for the most part, the fields are looking all right, so people are getting back out. Jack, Yulia flounces down a minute later and kind of gives you a mock salute, and then strolls out the door.
Awesome.
So everybody, will say, gathers in the common room, and eats their breakfast, and there is a one of the clansmen comes in and kind of leans in the doorway of the inn and looks around and says, "There's a meeting at the shrine. Everybody who fought last night should attend." What do you guys do?
I finish an extra taco or whatever, sausage taco, and then go. I got two. I got one in each hand in my belt, and my
Okay.
I got my chain around my.
You can mark one ration worth of sausage tacos on your character sheet.
Yeah.
My character would probably be still playing on his lute to make money. Singing praises from last night's event.
Go ahead and give me a roll for that. I guess that's a parlay.
Right.
Nice. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. So you drum up 10 coin. People are sort of pinching pennies because of the damage that was done to the city, and everybody's going to have to rebuild. But there are a couple who are feeling generous, and your performance is quite impressive.
All right. And then when I hear the summons, I'll head to it.
All right. And in fact, I'm going to say that you get noticed by one of the locals. Who is it? What kind of person is it hanging out at the inn this morning?
Maybe a patron of the arts.
Okay, so you impress a wealthy local. So I will say he's actually one of the clan chiefs. His name is
Clan
Kanat.
chief's wife.
Okay. So you impress. There's a woman there by the name of Ravana. So you impress her. She's off from the west somewhere apparently, and she's the one who forks out the 10 coin, and she lauds your performance and says, great job. What are you playing exactly?
Oh, he's playing on his lute, like he's playing this song of last night. The battle, epic battle between Jack the Human Punk, man, the myth, the legend, against the unrelenting horde.
Were you up all night writing that?
Oh, also, are you gonna sing it?
Yeah, feel free if you'd like.
All right. Give me a moment. Jack, savior of the city.
Amazing. All right, you know what? Market experience point.
Jack.
He turned Jack into Flash. That was amazing. Well done.
All right.
Now I got to come up with my move I stole from somebody. Good one too.
You gotta carry around a metal football.
Yeah.
All right. So are you guys attending the? Are you guys attending at the shrine, or do you have other business to tend to?
Apparently there's some important thing, but like, this can be your address, and I'll see you later. Can you do the double like?
She says, I'm leaving in an hour or two. I'm from the west, from the 12 Duns.
Oh, maybe I'll meet you at the gate.
I hope you will.
Yeah, we
She
do.
smiles.
Right, gates.
So, what's that?
I said, all right, gate 6. I was just joking. It just that seems like a funny place.
He's still involved with the gate.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
we sacrifice him to the gate gods to communicate with them or something.
all right. So
somehow he had an expanse running theme through no matter which character we played.
you're haunted by the ghost of nobody's died in your backstory yet, have they? You don't remember what happened in your backstory, so there's some dude that's just haunting you, and you're like, what's going on here? No, I'm just kidding.
Why now?
Yeah. So there's you see clansmen slowly gathering at the shrine as you come outside. The shrine is basically right across from the inn. It's like around the corner over here, and the council of elders in Ursgrad have gathered, and there is a clan chief by the name of Kanat, who kind of lifts his sword in the air and motions for everyone to be silent, and then calls out, "We've defeated the Myrkridia, and we can defeat them again. We should rid the lands of this plague." And there's sort of like a murmur, like a sort of hopeful, excited murmur passes through the crowd, and you see people looking around, and a couple of folks are looking at you, especially at Jack. Everybody's kind of looking over at Jack. You're suddenly the center of attention. What do you do?
let me get my map thing here, or my thing up. Let me get my character up. Hold on a second. I was looking at the moves. Player got it pretty good here. All right, what is it? Jack, Demon Punk. All right, Demon Punk. It's gonna flex to everyone that says it sounds good. Let's smash him to pieces. And then he's gonna do the old charm. He's gonna launch it. It's gonna be so embarrassing. He's gonna roll a 6. I love XP, by the way. Oh, 9! Ha
So
who comes in? One of you guys has got to come in and then and say and put the story up, and you'll get +1 forward. That's what it says basically. What Jack's really trying to say? I got my press release. Good. What? Come on, step up.
So what are you doing exactly, Jack? You're just standing there and flexing and saying that's a good idea?
Basically, yep. And then,
okay, yeah. So
somebody to translate though.
The Council of Elders kind of look at you like you're interrupting their meeting, like and Connet says, "Good man." And so this chieftain, he's wearing this like
+1. I like it.
What's that?
Whoever interrupts me and puts their thing forward gets a +1 forward.
Yep. So this chieftain walks over to you, Jack, and kind of claps you heartily on the shoulder, enough to make you stumble a little bit. And he says, "All right, there's one. Who else is with us?" And there's a big cheer. And he kind of takes your arm and raises it in the air. And he says, "What's your name, son?"
Jack.
You can call me Conat the Wolf.
Conat the Wolf. Oh, I gotta change myself from the human punk. Jack. Jack. I can't say bandit. Let's see, Jack. All right. Well, Jack right now. Yep. Jack the Mighty.
He says, He says, you came with these others, didn't you? And he gestures. He looks over at Gustav and Dram and Rufus.
The man is literally on fire. That one can talk to charm the squirrels out of the tree. And who else do we have today? Let's see. Light on fire. Rufus is the ranger, right? And that bear can play the banjo. Well, badly at the moment, but it's getting better.
He says, yes, all right, you're all welcome. He looks a little exasperated by this style of introduction. And he says, get your people together. We'll move as soon as everyone's ready. Meet us at the west gates.
Oh, by the way, that was a 10, by the way. I realized that because I raised my charisma 16. So it was actually a 2.
How does that impact the effect of the move?
Oh, it was I wanted him to come do that anyways, but it gets the 10 or better, which is it goes. Or I'll roll again and see if it does. Okay. There we go. The other part finds you likable enough to not immediately shut you down, and you will help you out if you do something helpful for them. Yep.
Okay, fair. Okay, that makes sense in context. So he starts talking to the elders, and they start organizing like small search parties to go out and find roving Myrkridia, because the Myrkridia typically travel in small bands, and they just kind of run around the countryside raiding and stealing and murdering. So he's organizing these kind of individual units to go and hunt down Myrkridia. And he puts you guys in one of these units. So you have a small group, like a handful of clansmen, and 2 of the Hearthguard spearmen with you. And he says, "Do you have a tracker among you?"
I'm a little hungover, but yeah, you know me. Old Rufus is ready to track. I'm ready to track anytime. You just give me a task, and I'm right on it. Does anybody have a bucket?
One of the barmaids comes running in with a bucket. Here you are, sir.
Yeah, but he offers his.
I told you not to drink that dwarven whiskey.
Oh, I know, and I know you was right. I know you was right. I don't know what came over me. Oh, brother.
Connacht gives Jack kind of a skeptical look, like, is he the guy?
Yeah, well, he could track when he rides a bear. What?
Oh yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't you
Oh, the
worry
bear.
about it.
Okay, now he understands.
The humans, the humans, the sidekick.
That's right. Oh, old Skeeter, he can help me track. I tell you, he's fine at tracking. He's good at tracking monsters specifically.
All right. Well, you can your party can set off whenever you're ready. As the tracker, you'll be the leader. You'll have to
Oh,
be in charge of finding them. What's that?
Is this not a track? Is this more like a group travel thing?
Yeah, so you are going to be tracking. So you're going to be. He says that most of the Myrkridia we think fled to the west or northwest. So you're going to. It might be a little hard to pick up their trail initially, but if you skirt the western outskirts of the forest, you should be able to find them as they emerged.
Okay. So of course I'm out there, trying to look like I'm really, totally one with nature, trying to show off, especially to the druid, who is, I guess, is the druid not here tonight?
No, he's not.
He's
So
not here.
so you can start marching straight towards the gate, and Connaught is saying to Jack and the others, "Is there anything you need before you set out?"
These sausages are great, but I didn't think anyone else grabbed them. Could maybe you give a few to the other party members?
He kind of like gestures dismissively, like, "You guys do what you want."
I mean,
Well,
how's
I'm just saying
everybody?
that we could be rations,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so you guys can each pick up a ration if you'd like from the supplies there at the end.
Okay.
Right.
Is anybody actually wounded very badly? I've got like a couple off, but not much.
Not sure.
All right. Well, then we're cool, right?
Fine.
Yeah. All right. Just to double check, the gate that we are going to, is that the same gate that Gustav's rendezvous is also at?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe like, all right, guys. I'm gonna rush ahead to the gate. Take your time, and he's gonna
Are
rush
they
to his.
allowed to assist me? Are they allowed to like give me an assist on this? If they've got something, I don't remember how that goes with assists
So
and stuff.
what does the tracking move say exactly?
That's a good question. The tracking move
It
says,
says, when you follow a trail or clues left behind by passing creatures, roll plus wisdom. On 7+, you follow the creature's trail until there's a specific change in its direction or mode. On 10+, you also choose one. You gain information or you determine what caused the trail to end.
there you go. Totally just
Okay.
say that. Totally.
So somebody could help you if they could reasonably come up with an explanation for how they can help you.
All right, sweet. Because I am tracking monsters, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm hoping that according to my command move for old Skeeter, good old Skeeter, he got a real good nose, and he gives me his cunning as a bonus, which is +1. And then I thought one of my compadres here might be able to, give us a little push in the behind and really push us to the edge.
Alrighty. So so he gets out there and starts tracking. Go ahead and roll. And who was it, Gustav, or was it Jack that was meeting Yulia? Or no, who was meeting? Somebody was meeting Ravana,
Gustav.
right?
Oh shit, never
Yeah,
mind.
Gustav has
It
the
don't matter.
meeting.
It
Okay.
don't even matter, dog. It don't even matter.
So Gustav, Ravana is waiting there impatiently, and you see that you don't recognize her at first because there's kind of like a band. There's like a handful of soldiers that you don't remember seeing last night standing around, and they have these kind of scythe-like blades that they wear on the outside of their forearms, sort of like a tonfa, if you know what that is. But it's it's like a curved crescent shaped.
Did you just call me a tonfa? Did you just
What?
call me a tonfa? Did you hear that, dwarf? He just called me a tonfa.
That's different.
Damn it.
But yeah, so so they wear these. They have these crescent-shaped blades that they grip it in their hand, and then it's kind of like it's worn on the outside of their forearm, and so they are dressed in kind of a strange Western garb that's like sort of like a simple cloth wrap that looks like it's meant for overland travel. And you see that Ravana is with them, and she is eschewed the sort of fancier dress that she had the previous night for one of these kind of warriors' uniforms. And she sees you, Gustav, and she waves. What do you do?
He does the Toby Maguire walk from Spider-Man up to her.
Oh.
You do the what?
The Toby Maguire walk from Spider-Man.
Has
Okay.
been invented yet?
The
I don't
dance,
even
the
know.
dance. The stupid dance that he does. You know when
Yeah.
he's Venom?
The like very pompous like march he does almost.
Okay.
It's
The
like
shoulders
a
up, the elbows flying up.
He's
You know.
dancing. He's dancing.
Go ahead and roll. You can,
You're right. He's
what are you trying to? Are you trying to get some kind of reaction from her, or what?
Oh no, he's just showing off at this point.
Okay, so she kind of rolls her eyes and she's like, "Yeah, how's it going?"
My lady, fancy meeting you here.
Mhm.
At last, like it seems that we might be at least temporarily going the same direction. What a fortuitous and fateful day it is.
She says, "Well, which way are you headed?"
Well, we have business in the west. We cracking those monsters from yesterday. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for the sake of music.
She says, "Well, very good then. We'll try to keep you from getting killed in the meantime." And the other soldiers kind of laugh.
That's mighty kind
And
of you, I
the
gotta say.
party
Excellent.
sets out. So did you rolled a 13 on your hunting and tracking, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Including any.
So you will follow their trail. I'm going to have you guys make another roll for the actual travel because you'll be following them for several days.
Okay.
Well, we'll remember the one hold because we'll come back to that later when you guys get to the end of the trail. Next we roll for Perilous Journey. Let's see. Let me find the roll for that.
What's like you think the toughest role for the perilous journey? Because I know a lot of us got to get involved.
Oh right, yeah, okay. So there's 3 party roles that have to be designated. There is a trailblazer, a scout, and a quartermaster. So you have to pick people from the party to fill each of those 3 roles. The quartermaster is managing the rations, which trying to see you. You're all rolling wisdom. So all the rolls are the same bonus wise. So the quartermaster is helping you guys conserve rations. The trailblazer is reducing the amount of time it takes to reach the destination, and the scout is looking for trouble on the road.
What do you guys think is most important? Because my elf move is that I can like automatically score a 10 plus on any one of the tasks associated with a perilous journey.
Probably the most important one would be noticing enemies.
Yeah.
This way we won't get ambushed.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go take over for that. Keep an eye out for the boys.
Next most important would be quartermaster because like you gotta make sure that you don't run out of supplies. And then speed would probably be the least important because like of the tree.
We are brand new characters. Are we ever gonna have more food than right now?
I mean, that's up to you guys, depending on what you do, what you spend your coin on, where you go, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I'd be happy to find another bound of arrows or batch of arrows. I can't remember what it's called. Quiver of arrows or something.
Yeah, quiver.
Yeah. Do you know if the druid had chosen a god, or if it was just sort of like a nameless like nature thing, like Gaia or something?
I don't know if he had off the top of my head. I don't think he did. I think he was.
I was actually down a couple hit points, like 4. Do we actually heal at all?
So the party rested. Let me see what that gives you.
That's totally part of what I'm getting at. As my level up to level 2, I was going to maybe take on a cleric level, as they express for like rangers.
Oh, okay.
So I'd take on the deity that our druid was down with. So maybe we're both down with Gaia or something.
You established in the prologue that you had a connection with a deity called the Great Wild, I believe. So that might be a good one.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So you guys didn't rest long enough to recover hit points automatically. You have to have a full day of rest.
All right. How about like well, I guess my bard would take care of the unwritten fourth one, which would be entertainment. So he could be playing the entire time, and he could do his arcane art to like basically heal people as we go along.
Okay, so we have Scout, Rufus, Gustav is the entertainment. Who's trailblazing?
What does trailblazing do?
So it's basically finding your way through the
dwarf. He's just light the trail on fire.
Blaze trail instead.
Which one does which stat does Trailblazer use?
They're all with them.
They're all with. Oh.
I got nothing. You can put me anywhere. It doesn't make much difference.
There's my wisdom.
Wait, okay, so it sounds like Jack, you're the quartermaster, so you're in charge of the ration. You're in charge of the food, Jack.
I got some extra sausage for you. If you
that makes sense.
Here you go. Let's see. Wisdom save throw. 9. Hey! Quit taking more than your. Hey, you nibbled some extra, but it worked.
We did great there, Drum Stoker, coming up with another 10. We're doing good.
Now you guys have there's a small unit of soldiers, clansmen, and Hearthguard spearmen traveling with you. They seem to have their own rations, but they kind of take an interest because they notice that you guys have some leftover breakfast sausage. Are you sharing some of your snacks with them?
Betcha.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I'm sharing.
All right. So between the amount that they take, mark off. So let's figure out the effect of the journey movement roll. Let's see. We got Dram, you are trailblazing, right?
Yeah, Dram was.
Hey, laddie, I'm blazing the trail.
So I'm gonna say it was about. It's probably gonna be about a 3 days journey. You're gonna reduce the travel time by about half a day. So you guys will arrive there early in the day on the 3rd day, because of Dram's adept pathfinding, and you'll be each marking off 2 days worth of 2 rations. Okay, and then mark off 1 extra, Jack, for the other party.
Oh dear.
Did my 9 not do enough or whatever?
Oh yeah, sorry. Let's see. The quartermaster reduces the number of rations required by 1. So you
got that?
Yeah, so you're not marking off 1 for the extra that you gave to those other guys. You had enough snacks to go around.
We all shared it, and then it was really filling.
Yeah. So, but you still each have to mark off 1.
Oh, 1, not 2.
Yeah,
right.
But I just ate mine, the extra one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
So I'll keep the 5 that I started with. But I grabbed that extra one in the morning.
Okay, yeah. So you guys travel through the night, and the terrain you're traveling, you start following the road west, and Ravana's little unit is traveling with you guys. Her party, which you learn are called the Myrmidons. And they are apparently soldiers of the Caith Brewig, or some kind of mercenary unit in the Caith Brewig's employ, from the way you hear them talking. You travel west with them for a mile or two down the road, and then almost immediately you figure out that you have to part ways because they're heading west. Even though you're both heading west initially, they're heading west and south along the road to Lankerfan, which is the capital city of the empire, whereas you guys are following the tracks west and north, around the outskirts of the forests north of Gower, and then due west towards the river. What do you guys? What do you say to them when you part ways?
Oh, Gustav will go to the chief divine and go like, alas, parting is such sweet sorrow. I promise you that we will one day meet again. Wink.
She smiles and she says, "I hope to hear you playing once more. Travel safely, friends, and remember, the most important thing in battle is knowing when to run." She takes off, and actually she barks a command to the unit, and they all take off down the road at a jog, and they all kind of glower at Gustav like this is his fault somehow as they pass by. You guys head northward. You find that there are large numbers of Myrkridia tracks that are all heading kind of the same route. They sort of wander here and there. It's hard to get a feel for the exact numbers, but there's got to be at least 100 or so, you think. And they head kind of northward out. So if you guys are, I'll actually move your thing here. So they head northward, kind of away from the town, and then they follow this river westward. So you guys kind of come in sight of the river, which is called the Gajol River. The Gajol River is brackish and stinks, and it's got this kind of reddish, foul sediment that floats on the surface of the water, and it has kind of an oily sheen to it. It doesn't look like it's good for drinking. But you follow the river kind of south and west, and the tracks of the Myrkridia parallel the river. You camp on the first night. You guys camp along the bank of the river, and eat your rations, which we already marked. Are you guys keeping watches? What is the watch order?
I'll
So we
take
take
the
first shot.
watch.
I heard two. Are you both on first watch?
I'll take the first watch.
All right.
Okay, so we have Dram, followed by it sounded like Gustav, your second watch.
You know what? Gustav would take the final watch.
Okay.
I'll take the
Gustav?
next one, whatever it is. Third, second, third.
Okay, so second watch is Jack. And that leaves Rufus, so you're on third watch, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take third watch. There you go.
Okay. So you watch through the night, and initially when the sun falls, or when the sun falls below the horizon, it's blessedly quiet. You're all used to hearing the howls of the Myrkridia in the distance as they hunt, but you don't hear them the moment the sun goes down tonight. But after a few hours, you start to hear them again further off to the west. They sort of start to become active between second and third watch. So Jack and Rufus, you guys are both up for a little while listening to the sounds of them. Both of you give me wisdom, defy danger wisdom.
Which one? Me?
Yeah, Jack and Jack and Rufus.
All right, defy danger. I am defying the danger. You said wisdom?
Yep.
Wisdom.
Ooh, okay.
I get an XP.
Nice. All right. Okay. So, and then what did you roll, Rufus?
My character's saying, I always look at the negative as a positive.
Is this something where my old bear Skeeter's training in monster melting hunting might allow him to give me a -1 on my.
Not really. So you guys are listening to the screams of the Myrkridia in the night and trying not to be intimidated by them. That's what this roll is for. The bear's not really much help with that, although other than it sits near you.
I only make a 7. It's not impressive, I'll admit, brothers and
Okay.
sisters.
Yeah. So Rufus, you're kind of okay. Jack, you realize that they're a lot closer than you thought they were going to be because you guys have been following them all day and you haven't seen any sight of them. But it sounds like there must be a pack somewhere nearby, like within a mile or two.
I'll go take care of them.
Are you gonna go out there?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll be right back, Rufus.
So Rufus, you see Jack. He gets up and says, "I'll be right back," and marches out of the camp. What do you do?
Wait, man! Wait, man! What are you doing? Jack! Wait just a second there. Now let just take us all in. Let's just take it all in. I put a hand on his shoulder, as kindly as I can. Please, come on now. Let's talk about this here, brother. I'd be happy to go with you, but let's talk about what are we trying to do?
Well, kill their leaders, and then we'll be done with them. They'll stop bothering us tonight.
Don't you think we ought to wake up the boys?
That's just a few Myrkridia.
Man, you got some balls on you, boy. I don't mean nothing by it, Hell, when I was a young buck, I was dumb as fuck.
You guys notice that one of the Hearthguard troopers, Ladislav, who's sitting near you, is kind of watching you guys, listening nervously.
All right, I'm gonna start tapping awake, everybody.
My character is dumb as fuck.
I'm not listening to Jack's great advice here. I start tapping awake as quick as I can, as unthreatening as I can. I start tapping awake the other characters, going over to Dram, going over the others. Tap, 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 tap. Come on now, boys. We're in a tight spot. We're in a tight spot, boys. We're in a tight spot.
I love that movie.
Me too. Love it.
Oh no, you've got to cook that bird to 165 Fahrenheit. What are you doing? What?
So he says, so you say, what? And then immediately you hear the Myrkridia howl again, and then you're like, oh, that's what. So Dram, you can also make a wisdom defy danger. And Jack, you suffer a -1 forward to your next roll that is opposing the Myrkridia.
All right, sounds good.
The staff was like using the bear as a body pillow and just hugging it, hugging it, just like, oh, my lady, you should put on a couple extra pounds.
Guys, I gotta step away for a second. Somebody's at the door. Be right back.
My lady has put on my lady Skeeter has put on a few pounds and also has terrible bad breath.
Terrible breath.
And then just as he's moving his kid for the kids, and then wakes up and sees the bear's face and it's like, oh.
The bear does not wake up. Okay, so Dram, you also you managed to keep your nerve. It's different out here when you guys are within the city walls and you're surrounded by lights and friendly soldiers. You feel sort of protected, even when you're sallying forth to go fight their army. It's different when you're out here in the wild. Your party is sort of alone, relatively speaking. There's hundreds of these creatures out there in the night somewhere, and the terrain is very flat. Like there's no cover here along the riverbed.
Yeah, I guess I should make a wisdom roll to not them awake.
Yeah. When you get up, Gustav, you roll too. Okay, so you also take -1 forward against the Myrkridia. Let's see, Rufus. So you start following Jack. Jack, you start marching off in the dark. What do you have as far as like a light source?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Jack! Jack! What
You talking about me?
Yeah, do you have a light source?
Jack? What you doing?
Do I have a light source? I still have the gem. It's on my thing.
All right, I'm
Oh,
staying
On
away
fire
from.
now. I'm gonna
did
roll a
he
con.
did you throw that in the battle?
Yeah,
Rufus.
I went back. Yeah, I did. But after the
Oh,
battle,
it
I went
doesn't.
and retrieved it, and
It,
I stole it back. And the
oh,
reason why is I got the immolator move. Burning
okay,
brand.
cool. Okay, nice.
I told you I stole something from someone.
Yeah, okay. So you've got this fire gem that you can command to burst into flame, I guess. So Dram, how do these gems, like, what fuels the gems? How do they get their power?
Oh no, yeah, it became one with me since it's a move.
Oh, okay.
I think. So it's on my wrist, and it just goes along my chain and lights it on fire. It just
Okay.
adds effects to my chain. It's not quite as good as his what do you call
Okay.
it?
So you kind of figured out how to tie it to your weapon and get it to burn the
Yeah.
chain. Is that what it is? Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to make a con roll to try to do it. This is my first attempt.
Okay.
I'm proud. So.
All right.
Oh
Yeah,
my,
you're good.
two things on it.
Boy, that chain gets warm, but you're fine.
Let's see what does it say here. I think I get one of the other things along with it. So I don't.
Oh.
You might get something to where or whatever the chain doesn't. Oh no, I get rid of the. I use one of them to remove the dangerous tag, so it doesn't get warm.
Okay. And then what are you using the other hold for?
I'm going to use it for.
I guess it would be hand, right, since it's the chain, or +1 damage.
+1 damage.
Okay.
Yep. All right, I got to put that in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you and you've got this flaming chain. So the thing about carrying a light source in that way is that it doesn't really give you. It sort of ruins your night vision a little bit. So you're sort of peering out of the dark and you wander in the direction that the howling is coming from. But Rufus, you spy them first. You see that there is a couple Myrkridia sort of hanging in a very low sort of dip, like a very slight dip in the land, and you kind of just see their eyes glittering very faintly in the light from Jack's chain, and they're watching you closely. What do you do? You figure there's at least two of them that you can see right now. This is directed at Rufus.
Oh shit! My bad.
Rufus.
What I wanted to say is that I didn't want to chase him down because now he's using his light source and I've got dark vision. I don't want to be seen by him, so I was gonna immediately tangent off,
Oh, okay.
with my bear and get to a place where I might be able to shoot at something that comes at him that I could see.
Oh, got it. Okay. So,
I'm going to do a dexterity defy danger.
well, it depends. Are you trying to hide from them, or are you just trying to get them? Or are you more focused on getting an advantageous position?
Yeah. I mean, I'm using my good friend Jack as bait. So
Okay.
I don't know what you call that.
So I'm gonna say that's defy danger whiz.
Okay.
Your bear doesn't understand military tactics, so it's not going to be much help with this one.
My bear, you bastard bear. Sorry, I hit the back button. Let me get my guy again. Come on, Rufus. There you are. Defying danger by way of wisdom. Here it is. A 9.
Okay, so you get set up on kind of a low rise opposite where the Myrkridia are, sort of, at a 30-40 degree angle off to Jack's left, like behind him, and he's sort of marching in a direction. You see the Myrkridia watching him. He clearly hasn't seen them yet. Dram and Gustav, you guys are tagging. Are you guys tagging behind, or are you doing something else? Let's go to Dram first. What are you doing?
I'm awake now. I guess I'll tag along.
Okay.
Well, if I'm allowed to, I'll be with Jack.
Okay. Yeah. So you you head up with Jack, and you're
I catch up and I'm like, boo.
yeah. Okay. So you with your dark vision, you
like that.
yeah. So you with your dark vision, you immediately can see the two Myrkridia, and they kind of lift their heads up a little bit as you come into range, Dram. And they sort of they're watching you eagerly. You see a third head come up above the rise. You're maybe 40 paces away.
I do the eye thing to Jack. We're like, look over there. Like, I want him to see him.
All right.
Okay. So Jack, you can roll a discern if you'd like to try to. Actually, I guess this is more. Yeah, roll discern.
I don't see anything.
Okay, you got a 7, so you get to ask one question.
Oh, no, I don't see anything because this is the forward.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, good point. Thank you. So yeah, so you
right in. You know what? My character wanders right into him.
yeah, so you got to. Okay, great. Yeah, so you get an experience point, and
I'm up to
Jack,
2 experience. This game is great.
yeah. So Jack, you start wandering straight towards them, and Dram, you see them rise up and come at him in the dark and to slash at him. What do you do?
I say, no, not on my watch. And I do like a
No,
kung fu, a low
no.
kung fu move, and like slide under him while I grab the flame from his chain.
That's it. Awesome.
And to use it to fire like 3 bolts, fire bolts at, or whatever, at the creatures.
Awesome. Deal your damage.
Fuck yeah. Holy shit. You're still using your flame. I just borrowed it.
Okay, so your bolts strike one of them kind of in the shoulder. The other 2 bolts go wide. The 2 Myrkridia charge at you, screaming and screeching and howling like mad. And I think Dram, this is the first time you've seen them up close, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So you these things, like these mad, like cannibalistic, maniacal creatures, with these long jagged claws come rushing at you. And Rufus, you see them charge. Are you shooting at the one going at Dram or the one going at Jack?
I guess Jack's gonna be more outnumbered quicker, right? Because there's a bunch coming at him with the light.
Oh, I love being outnumbered.
All right. Well, I guess I will. Yeah, I'll shoot at the one going at Jack. I feel like the dwarf can take care of himself.
Okay.
That's funny. That's like exactly the opposite of what he said, right?
And you take you can take +1 forward from your previous roll to get set up on the hillside. I don't remember if you failed the wisdom roll. If you did, that would counter the -1.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead for a full-on volley. I'm gonna send my bear to maybe knock him off balance before I shoot him, and then retreat and try to get that extra damage. Here's my volley. Ooh, 10. My damage is a D8 plus T plus 3 for the ferocity. So 9 points of damage, not bad.
All right. Is the bear charging as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
The extra damage is the bears knocking him over or something and then retreating. Yeah, get in there, bear.
So you quickly dispatch both of the ones that come at Jack. So Jack, you go like, I'm gonna kill him, and you go running into the darkness, and then the dwarf steals your flame, and the elf kills the guys in front of you. So you have nothing to hit immediately, and you kind of turn because there is still one coming at Dram. He's about to close with Dram and slash him. What do you do?
Oh shit. Get in there and help, baby. Come on, baby. Get in there. I just had my sweet action, baby.
Okay, are you taking the
after I do my fire move, I accidentally fall down, so I'm like exposed, and my eyes are wide. I'm like, ooh.
Okay, so Jack, are you dealing your plus 1d6 damage to expose yourself, or you're just dealing damage? I think Jack's on mute, maybe.
You were absolutely right. Jack was on mute. Who needs extra damage? Screw them. 9.
Okay. Yeah, so you grab the third one with a chain and just kind of wrench his neck around, and he topples. You pull the chain back quickly, and the fire reforms because you still have that gem attached to it. Gustav, you're kind of like trying to get caught up to the party because you were a little bit slower to get out of bed than the other guys. As you're catching up, as you're coming up on where the party is, are you heading more towards Dram and Jack, or are you heading more towards Rufus up on the hill?
More towards like probably like the last one he saw would probably be like Dram.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
when
So
he sees Dram, do his fire thing. Starts playing. He goes,
okay.
Flame Fire Hunter, Bram Stoker.
So you come up behind him. You start playing.
Oh, if he had any damage,
Gustav.
I'll heal him 1d8. And because it's Eldritch Tones, he also gets plus 1d4 forward to damage.
Okay. So Gustav, you're playing, and you're playing as sort of you get the magic effect that you wanted, but the playing is sort of cut off as there's this shriek of glee from immediately behind you. What do you do?
Quickly, like he'll continue singing, but he'll
Shriek of
hustle
glee.
one thing.
Somebody's applauding you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna take damage. Hold on. Let's see. Got to pull up the actual stats for these guys. There we go. Okay, you're gonna take. You take 4 damage. As one of the Myrkridia leaps on you from behind, bearing you down to the ground, and starts like slashing and biting at your neck. Immediately behind you, you kind of struggle to get to turn over instinctively as it's hurting you, and as you start to turn, it falls on you like 100-pound dead weight, and you're just. It's just like a huge like sandbag on top of you, and it stinks to high heaven.
Oh.
You figure out after a second that there is a spear from one of the hearth guards sticking out of its back. What do you do?
He'll continue singing, and he'll sing, "Help! It really hurts! Help! I'm gonna get this thing off me! Help!"
Okay, do you want to roll your Elder Stones again for that?
Yeah.
Okay. What effect are you
heal
using here?
himself, yeah. You know what? If there's 2 effects, it doesn't say it has to be the same different effect, so let's use the same healing on myself. Back to full.
Okay, so you're surrounded by this glow of healing magic, but the glow also envelops the Myrkridia, who's like in contact with you almost from head to toe on top of you, and his sort of where he was sort of unconscious and quickly bleeding to death. This light comes back into his eyes, and he looks stunned for a second, and Duram, I'm going to say you're the closest. You hear them shouting, and you also hear shouts from the clansmen rushing in from the direction of your camp. You turn around, and you see that there's a pitched battle underway. There are a dozen Myrkridia that flanked the party, waiting for you guys to stretch yourselves out, going after the few that were showing themselves. And they are engaged in hand-to-hand fighting with the clansmen. What do you do?
I wanna inspire our guys. I want to try to use this new ability. I want to see if I can like hammer it in, rather wedge it in somehow. Here we go. Let me just post it. Oh no, never mind. I rolled a 3.
Okay, you see one of the clansmen.
Oh look, I've blown him up. Awesome. Okay, so that totally became relevant.
You see one of the clansmen, Ladislav, the one who was listening to you earlier, gets eviscerated and falls to the ground with sort of a gurgling scream. And one of the Myrkridia, as the rest of them are sort of fighting still with the clansman, one of the Myrkridia grabs him by the ankles, and you can see he's still breathing, and starts to drag him away off into the distance. Let's see. So Gustav, you healed yourself. You got this thing on top of you. Rufus, you start to hear the screams of the other Myrkridia, and you see this going on. You sort of have an overview position, so you can see that they're coming. They attacked the clansmen from multiple angles, and they kind of have them encircled. And what they like to do is they like to sort of faux charge and scream in the faces of the clansmen, and these inexperienced warriors will sort of go after the one that's screaming, and then the one that's screaming will retreat, and another one will attack them from behind. So you see one of them, about to get hamstrung. What do you do? This was Rufus.
Strike, 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 fire. Send the bear directly in and keep firing, looking for, the most dangerous target. It looks like, Jack is not in the position I thought he might be.
That's fine. He likes being surrounded.
He loves it. He loves it. Well, I'm doing my best to try to, keep him from dying. Is this just another straight up volley? I'm, moving and grooving, but
Yeah, so it kind of. What are you doing narratively? Are you firing arrows? Or are you trying to charge into melee to help them out? What?
No, I'm sending my bear in like at max speed. It's got fast and huge and stealthy. So it's like it's doing that like charge in at full speed, like throw a shoulder into him to like knock him out, and then I shoot an arrow at him. So it's like, like the distraction and then spot and then shoot him.
Okay, so for your move, you're shooting. So I'm going to call that a volley.
All right, cool. Here's that volley. Ooh, a 9, not quite a 10.
Okay, so
do I get hit? Maybe I take some damage. Anything?
So you get to choose one of these 3 penalties because you rolled a 9.
Yeah, baby. Rufus the Ranger is not going to retreat. These are his new friends. He's got to look good. So I'm gonna move myself into danger. GM's choice to get my full damage.
Okay, so you kind of sidestep a little. You don't move much because you're already in a pretty good position, but the motion attracts the attention of the Myrkridia, and a few of them that are kind of on the flank of the clansmen decide that you are easier looking prey than the clansman or the bear. So they kind of give the bear a wide berth as they come rushing around. Go ahead and deal your damage.
Okay. Damn it, Jack. God damn it, Jack. All I asked was for a couple of seconds, brother. And then roll my damage. This plus 3 for philosophy. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so you wing one of them. It only seems to piss him off as he comes charging at you. Jack, you realize that the party has left you behind. What are you doing?
It's 4 total damage.
Love it.
Bonus.
I'm rescuing the clansman.
Okay. So
screaming into him, whipping my flaming chain around me, sparks going everywhere into the woods and everything. Not caring, rip them apart. So
are you prioritizing hurting Myrkridia or defending the person who was being attacked?
Stand over him.
Okay, so that's speed defend. So roll plus con.
Plus con. Okay. All right. So, I just hit defend. Wait, hold on a second. It's actually plus 1.
Okay, nice. What's the plus 1 from?
The actual con.
Oh, okay. Did it not? That's already added in the roll.
Oh, it did. It did that in the roll. Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, so you run, but you see that as you turn around as quickly as you can, and you rush, and you see that guy go down before you get there. And
I use the what is this one? What is this one? Artful Dodger.
What is it?
Oh, I use Artful Dodger.
Okay, go to when you run to close the gap between. Ooh, okay. Usually slide over under. Nice. Okay, so I'm assuming you're sliding around obstacles.
Slide around them, all stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So you race through the middle of the combat. I'm gonna say you take the damage for him then, because you use that move. Let's see. You take 6 damage.
Oh, I take 5. Ouch. Right, my
yeah, so 6. Yeah, 6 minus your armor. That's correct. Yeah. So this Myrkridia slashes you pretty good. Where does it get you? Where did he hit you?
Oh, in my he got my left arm.
Okay. Ouch. Okay, so you're kind of used to that. You've been in a couple knife fights before, probably. You know that's kind of like the arm you're using to guard with, so it makes a lot of sense as you're fighting with a chain in your other hand. And he's kind of, he's going after that arm that you're blocking your body with and really tearing into it. Jaram, there was so you guys have dealt with the 3 Myrkridia that were kind of the distraction force. You see that there's like this big roiling melee going on, and then there's also 2 of the Myrkridia rushing at Rufus. What do you do?
He can't stop us. He can't
It's
stop
unmute.
us. We're so far ahead. No one can stop us. We're not totally surrounded. That's an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a goddamn illusion. You know it and I know it. God damn it, do something. Get him.
Ahmed, you there?
Who were you asking for?
Ahmed, Dram.
Oh, sorry, my wife was just talking to me. What
that's okay. Yeah, so you so there's this big roiling melee going on behind you. The guys in front of you are taken care of, and then there's 2 guys rushing up the hill at Rufus.
Oh yeah, I saved Rufus's life.
Okay, what do you do?
I guess I'm gonna
Yeah, baby. That's right, you do.
volley. I fire a fireball at one of them.
Okay.
Now we're getting somewhere.
All right.
Oh, don't forget you get a 1d4 extra.
Is that for
I
damage?
did forget that.
Yep.
Okay, so
okay,
yeah, so pick
I'll
one of those 3 options for your volley.
I have to move to get the shot placing.
Okay, so take the minus 1d6 to so roll your base damage minus 1d6 plus a d4.
Ooh,
No, I think you picked.
That's a lot. Well, I'm in debt. So that's what? Wait, 2. Oh, I have to roll a d6.
Yeah, so it's 2 minus the d6 plus 3, so 5 minus a d6.
So 4.
Okay, nice. All right, so you still managed to. You're sort of you struggle to hit them a little bit because they're in close quarters already with Rufus, because these things are very fast. But you managed to kill one of them anyway. So Rufus, one of them, as he arrives in front of you, suddenly his head like bursts into flames and he just topples off the side of the hill.
Shit, yeah.
Gustav, you're still lying on the ground with Myrkridia trying to claw your eyes out. What do you do?
Oh. It's just like Oh, beef! Get off me! And he'll try to hack and slash it.
Okay. What are you hacking and slashing it with? What's your weapon?
Oh, he has a hold on, dueling rapier, which is close, precise, and piercing 1.
Okay. Let me look at the weapon ranges real quick. I want to say I think this might be too close for the rapier.
Oh. If it's too close, then he'll go back to Eldritch Stones.
Okay, yeah. So this is hand range, so it's a little bit. You can't get the rapier in because the guy's
Okay.
literally on top of you.
Okay, in that case, he'll. Does he see anybody close by other than the creature?
Other than the one that's on you, yeah. There's a couple of them that are within easy reach.
Like any allies.
Well, I
Oh
haven't
yeah,
gone
yeah. There's a couple clansmen that are also within reach. They're busy fighting, but they're near you.
All right.
You see one of them. His name is Dobroslav. You learned from chatting with him at the campsite last night. He is fighting a Myrkridia one-on-one, and it howls at him, and he howls at it, and he slashes at it with his big, huge, heavy sword. And it kind of just dances back every time he swings. What do you do?
All right, I'm gonna try to help him out a little bit.
Okay.
Wow, it's like, what was his name again?
Dobroslav.
Oh, Dobroslav, please hurry with that creature so you could get this one that's on top of me.
Okay, so I'm giving. So before you roll, I'm giving the Myrkridia that's. Before you roll, I'm giving the Myrkridia that's on top of you free damage because you're trying to play a musical instrument while your eyes are being clawed out. You take 7 damage.
Ooh, I'm down.
Holy moly.
Ooh, okay, yeah. So you try to start playing with this thing on top of you, and it just, it starts laying into you, and your instrument falls from nerveless fingers. Let's see, who's closest to you at this point? I think it would be probably Jack.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Jack, you notice, you kind of saw as you were charging over where Gustav was. Gustav, do you make any kind of noise when you go down?
Bong.
Yeah, so you hear that sound, Jack, and you kind of turn for a split second, and you see a Myrkridia dragging away the unconscious Gustav. What do you do?
My chain just reaches out and just lengthens the fire and just wraps it around the guy's neck as I drag him back with him. So I'm going to use I guess it would be volley technically, or
I'll allow that, sure, yeah.
Is it reach, or should I just
So,
move?
Yeah, I would allow volley or hack and slash because he's not directly fighting you hand to hand.
Oh, then I'll do the interruption, the free running that I can close any distance.
Okay, yeah, so you don't have to do anything to get to him. You're fine.
I jump over two of the Myrkridia off their shoulders.
Okay,
and
nice.
Slam into the other guy.
All right, yeah. So you bowl over them. You knock that guy down. He goes to slant. He kind of he's down for a split second.
It has the forceful. I can add the forceful from Artful Dodger.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So you knock him over, and he's kind of stunned for a second. You see Gustav's bleeding there on the ground, and this Myrkridia is like trying to shake it off. What do you do?
Well, I pick up him and run back.
Okay, so you picked him up and run back. You notice that he's bleeding a lot. Like you pick him up and you kind of.
Who has the healing? Does he have the healing ones?
Actually, make me a Defy Danger Strength.
All right, Defy Danger Strength. Where is it? Strength. Okay, good thing I got 13 strength. It doesn't really have. All right, Defy Danger. All right, Oh shit! Look at that.
Okay, yeah, nice. Yeah, so you sling him over your shoulder, and the whole like
12.
what's that?
I fucking rolled a 12.
Yeah, so you kind of unfortunately because your left arm is injured, you kind of have to put the chain away. So you're now essentially unarmed, holding this guy, with your good arm, slung over your shoulder, and the whole right side of your body is getting covered with blood. So Rufus, you also see this happening, and the bears in melee. The clansmen that are in melee seem to be sort of getting the edge on the Myrkridia a little bit now. The Myrkridia are slowly falling back. One of the other clansmen has gone down, besides the one that was dragged away. So you lost. Let's see, Bolek.
Didn't we?
What's that?
I stopped. Well, he could be re-dragged away, but I went over to him and stood over him initially. So there should be a clear area around him, so that one of the guards.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Yeah. So one of them.
I get points for nothing.
Yes, you're right. I apologize. So one of the clansmen, Bolek, has gone down, and then you also see Gustav has gone down, and Jack is carrying him. What do you do, Rufus?
All right. I'm gonna try to use my cast a spell. Isn't there a first level spell that's heal? I think that's the thing.
What do you? Is a spell? Is it a ranger spell?
It's probably an inappropriate time for my first attempt at this. I'm gonna keep firing, assholes, and chase them down. Try to draw fire away from their retreat. Keep my bear going after them. I see no obvious leaders.
Okay. Go ahead and roll volley then.
No obvious leaders or anything else?
No, it seems to be like an unorganized pack.
All right, gotcha. Here we go. Gotta scroll down. Ooh, 6 is not gonna do it. That's a fail. Maybe
So one of the Myrkridia that was rushing up the hilltop. So Dram caught one of them. The other one reaches you at the top of the hill. It's going to deal damage. You take 4 damage from the Myrkridia attacking you as you try to get another shot off. And now this thing's in melee with you. The bear starts doubling back, coming after the Myrkridia that's fighting you, and sort of leaving the clansmen.
I have 1 armor from my leather armor, and my bear gives me another 1 armor, so I'm going to take 2 off of that 4.
Okay, yeah, take 2 off of that, sure, definitely. Okay, who do we have? Dram, you kill one of the ones on Rufus. You see the other one slashing at him as he's trying to shoot. What do you do? You also see that Gustav is down.
No. I guess I shoot. I shoot another one with another volley.
Okay.
I missed.
Ooh, okay. So Jack, you don't think he's gonna? You think you probably don't have much.
Who got the herbs? I stole the herbs. I stole some. I was going to.
Sure, sounds good.
And
okay, so
oh shit, you need them better than me because you're my. So I shoved some herbs into his where his face is ripped up and smeared all over his face.
So these are the sacred herbs.
Sacred herbs, yeah.
Okay, the sacred herbs are like are hallucinogens. They're not a. Did you mean to use a bandage?
Is it a bandage? I thought we could have used we had some kind of a. No. So all right. Let's do a roll. Let's do discern realities.
Okay. So yeah, I would simplify it as defy danger, wisdom, but yeah, you can roll. Actually, yeah, discern's probably good.
All right, so what I secretly did is I got the sacred herbs and I mixed them up together in my pack. So it's got not only does it make him hallucinate and go to another world, but he actually takes 4 hit points back.
Okay, so that's
whatever bandages do, right? They do like 4 hit points or something.
Yeah. So you okay? So you succeeded on that roll. So you're gonna take it. You're gonna bandage him. It's gonna be taking a minute. So
Does it wear off on me too?
what's that?
Does it do the sacred herbs affect me too? So I'm stoned in the middle of combat.
We'll get back to that in a second because it's gonna take a minute for them to take effect. All right. So
That's a copy.
You know, they never tried intravenously. They're doing it all wrong.
Yeah,
You
that's
have
what it is.
You have to apply the sacred herbs to right to your bloodstream.
All right. So Dram, a couple of the clansmen are sort of routing the Myrkridia at this point that were fighting in sort of like the main pack. Two of them, or actually I would say one of them, because one of them is getting taken care of by the spearmen. One of them breaks off and tries to make a grab for Gustav. What do you do? This is Dram.
I try to grab Gustav.
Okay, so Jack's got Gustav on the ground. He's in the middle of it trying to bandage him.
Oh wait, I thought you said somebody's running away with Gustav. No,
I said there's a Myrkridia like charging towards Jack, trying to grab the body and drag and steal him.
Oh, I see. I shoot him.
Okay. Yeah, you get him. Roll your. Pick your option.
You have to take several shots, reducing your ammo by. Wait, no.
You'd have to redo your Zuko then, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that then. I'll use his flame. Wait, can I do that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can use it. Yep.
I'm fine
I do
with
this
it.
instead, but I fail.
Absolutely, it is.
Okay, so
it is your flame.
So you've temporarily used up the flame from Jack's chain.
I only have one left. I have one left of flame.
Okay, but you get enough. You get enough of it off to hit that guy. Roll your damage.
You're learning that we're bonded because literally I have access to your fire.
Yeah, so you got enough fire to kill that guy outright, and you realize you still have a little extra, and you turn and kill the guy next to him just because.
Just because.
Yeah.
He rolled decent on damage.
Actually, do you want to go after one of the ones that's fighting the clansman, or do you want to go after the one that's in front of Rufus with your second hit there?
What's in front of Rufus?
Yeah.
Would I roll a volley again?
Oh no! So I'm letting you. You did enough damage to kill multiple enemies. Is what it is. So you killed the one that was attacking
yes, the one
Gustav.
In front of Rufus. Got it.
Okay,
yes,
and
the one in front of Rufus.
Yes, and then you killed the one in front of Rufus. Okay, so Rufus, the second one that was slashing you, he gets off one good slash on you, and you drop the bow for a second. But then his head also bursts into flame, just like the first guy.
You see me smiling with a thumbs up. Hey!
Hell yeah!
No, my favorite part is that Jack takes credit because it was his fire.
Okay, so Jack, you're bandaging. The clansmen have gotten their band together, and they the spearmen kind of huddle up next to Jack and Gustav, and the clansmen form a loose ring around you guys, and the Myrkridia kind of make like one more skirmish, and the clansmen quickly dispatch another one of them with a slash of one of their big swords, and then they all turn and run what's left of them, which is only about 4 of them. So you're there. You bandage. You successfully bandage Gustav, and then one of the two of you roll plus wisdom for the herbs.
Okay, I'll just do discern realities because.
So actually, you have to be focused on a particular person, place, or thing. So what are you thinking of at the moment that you're exposed to this?
Oh, the well, it didn't work anyways, but it was going to be the fire.
Okay, so there's something that there's something that happens in that moment that there's the flames there around you, and it's sort of with you in this strange way. Like it sort of lights up your senses, and you can smell it, you can feel it, you can taste the smoke on the tip of your tongue, and you see the thing that you fear most. What is it?
Being alone.
How do you see that? Oh dear.
Like,
yeah.
all the everybody walks away from me like I did something extremely shameful. You know.
Okay, yeah. So you see them all. There's the flame. They all separate from you, and the flame sort of leaps up and seems to consume them, and then they're gone from your vision, and you're shaken.
Shaken. All right. Is there a button for shaken?
Good question.
Probably another -1 forward.
I think it's like a -1 to a specific stat, unless you rest or something.
Oh no, it's easy. It's just -1 to my brand until I rest, because the flame is retreated.
Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense. So so you're gonna have to rest for a full day before you can conjure the flame again.
Yeah. Well, you might be doing that anyways. We're pretty fucked.
All right. Yeah. All right. So you guys have successfully.
Hey, I love these. I love this XP as it just keeps coming in.
You guys successfully defended your camp.
4 XP, guys. I hope you can catch up.
Unfortunately, your healer is the wounded one. What do you guys do?
Yeah.
Gustav, you wake up after a couple minutes.
Yeah. Can't we take a wound to a stat instead of damage? Right?
Is that a thing? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can take a wound instead of taking damage. Like a -1 for weak or dexterity, you can take a.
Oh, so I don't think that's. I mean, if you have an idea for a particular ability, you can take that. But I would think that's something I would normally assign, unless you think that there's one that's especially appropriate.
Okay, well, I was just thinking. I think there was some kind of move or whatever for taking damage, or is it only when you go unconscious or something?
There's a move called Last Breath for when you drop to 0 hit points, you rolling for death essentially,
and then you take wounds or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
So I allow like one attempt to bandage the affected party member first, because you're not in a situation where he would immediately continue getting murdered.
Okay. So, what do we do to bandage? Anything?
So you already applied the bandage. So Gustav, did you mark the 4 hit points you got back?
Yeah.
Okay, so Gustav's at 4 hit points.
Right.
And then are you gonna bandage him some more?
Gustav, he's gonna start playing.
Okay.
The fight.
Our healer is our healer still unconscious after all our bandaging and such?
No.
I think that the healer also has, or whatever. Gustav has to make a discern realities as well.
Oh, okay.
All
right. He had a vision quest while it's being bandaged.
Okay. Oh, so this is for him, for the herbs.
Yeah. So mark off 2 uses of the herbs.
Okay. So what's the first thing you think of, Gustav, when you wake up?
What should I be on the lookout for?
Oh, no, it's not one of the questions from the list. It's a narrative subject.
Oh. How am I still alive?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay, so you're thinking about. That's interesting. So you think about, like, I should be dead, and you sort of see this vision, and it's as if Death himself is hovering over you. You could see this cloaked figure appears above you, and reaches his hand down and touches your chest, and there's this feeling of cold that comes through you as the herbs take effect. and Death tells you in a raspy, cold voice, "It is not your time yet." That's what you see.
Oh, I still have more time for snoo snoo. Because like that's part of his bio is that like he knows he'll die young, so he's trying to spread his seed out to the world. So death is,
That's
so to
hilarious.
him, death is saying just like keep spreading a
Go
little
forth.
bit more. If
He
not
says,
That's it. He's a bard. He interprets things.
so Death asks you, but you don't get to answer before the vision fades, but Death asks you, will you be the one to strike the killing blow? And then you wake up groggily in a lot of pain because you're still very wounded. And you said you wanted to play?
Yeah, and he'll be like, the feeling's gone. The feeling's gone away. Oh, he'll heal himself
Oh no,
up.
he's getting into his blue period.
So I'm gonna say, because you got the magic reverberates to other targets, I'm gonna say you can heal other party members as well because you guys are out of combat. So everybody
Right.
take 13 hit points back.
Oh, that's good because I was low. Oh, I was at 10. Not totally low.
All right, yeah. So he heals the party, and the guardsman who was hamstrung by one of the Myrkridia, or no, you took the damage, so he didn't actually get slashed. There was the one other guy, Bolek, who went down. One of the guardsmen comes to you, Gustav. It says, "I know you're wounded, but not guardsman. Clansman. One of the clansmen comes to you, Gustav, and says, I know you're wounded, but Bolek's not looking good. Can you heal? Can you help him?"
Can you heal Oleg? Gustav?
Hold
Well,
on.
I can. I've been learning about them druid skills, and I've got me some healing magic. I think I can bring him back, baby.
Okay, so what are you doing to heal him?
I'm going to use cast a spell as my first level. Being a first level shitty cleric, my spell
Okay.
is Cure Light Wounds. Here's my attempt to get a D8 of sweet healage. Ooh, a 7. I'm gonna have to get some shiz there. It will be.
So you're communing with the Great Wild, right?
Yeah, the Great Wild.
So what does that communion look like? What is the experience like for you, and what does it look like to everybody else?
I take off my boots and I start like picking back grass, and then I throw some on him, and then I start kind of going into a weird dance. See, and I'm
Like a jig?
like well, sure, like an Irish river dance.
Oh, you know what? Gustav seeing him dance, he's going to join in on the dancing.
All right.
Okay.
We turn this into a celebration.
I'm gonna take
So you're gonna try to aid him in his magic. So you can roll a I'll say that's a, what is your casting stat? Wisdom?
yeah, you're not gonna get me to a 10 plus, man. If that's what you're trying to do, I mean.
You know what? You're at what, 7?
Yeah.
All right. I could do it this way. Like not directly.
You can.
I could like do Eldritch Tones, and so someone can get, like when they aid you, they get a +2. That will bump you to Actually, I do that twice. So that if someone helps you, they give you a +4.
Oh, you know what? The Great Wild Spirit. I'm still stoned. Take that, bitch. Come on in. The water's fine.
All right, so I guess that upgrades you to a full success.
Basically using aid other with so that's so the other spirit the spirit is it's like wavering on how much it's gonna should I commit or not the spell or whatever the hell it is.
Okay, so Rufus, because you have 2 party members helping you with bonuses, I'm going to say that bumps you up to a 10. So what does the 10 give you on the spell casting?
Oh shit!
It doesn't go away.
I guess I get a.
He keeps the spell. I think that's what he picks. Charlie.
I don't lose the spell. I get the D8, and I don't think I get automatically +1 forward. Yeah, I just don't lose the spell. So yeah, here's a D8. Come on, give me something. 6.
All right. Yeah. So Bolek, he got it in the gut. One of the Myrkridia kind of tore his gut open, and he was lying on the ground in a lot of pain. And you sort of put him back together. It's very hard process, and you're covered with blood by the time you're done. But you sort of put him back together and call this magic down on him, and this grass that you sort of bed gently over the wound draws in the healing magic of the Great Wild. And Gustav, you can, as you're playing, you feel the magic pass through you too, because the Firbolg are in tune with the Great Wild, and so you can also see this spirit travel through the land itself and through the grass in Rufus's hands, and into the body of Bolek.
And I'm like winking with the what kind of spirit is it?
It's a nature spirit.
What's it look like? Anything special?
I don't know. Leave that to Rufus. What does the Great Wild look like?
It's antlered, with a human face, like from Princess Mononoke. And as it steps around, stuff grows wherever it steps. Lots of antlers and an odd-looking face.
All right, awesome. So what you're trying to say is that it's not just Gustav that's horny.
That's right. God damn.
A cold wind blows when you say that, Jack.
Good thing I got an 11 on that old charm. I would have been smacked for sure.
All right. So the spirit, when the healing is finished, the spirit departs, and Bolek is well again. Who is everybody still injured? Or is everybody pretty much healed now?
Yeah, all healed up.
Okay, and it's only halfway through the night. Are you guys gonna go back, get up at normal time? Or are you gonna rest through part of the day, or what?
How's the other party looking? The spearman.
So the main guy that was wounded was Bolek, and you guys healed him. There are a couple other clansmen that have scrapes and bruises and cuts on their arms, sort of like Jack had on his left arm, but they sort of shrug them off, they don't really feel like they need healing.
I guess we keep going.
Okay. So you guys wake up early. Everybody's a little bit groggy when you get up, and you finish off the last of the leftover sausage tacos, and head onward. Following, so you notice you can find the point, Rufus, where that track has split off from the main band, the guys that attacked you last night, and you see that you continue following the trail of the main band west along the river, until you reach the edge of the Dire Marsh. So you come up upon this slightly larger hill, and as you're coming towards it, you can smell it before you can see it. There's this sort of acrid, metallic, rusty tang that hangs in the air, mixed with a stench of rotten organic death. It smells like a composter if it had rusty nails in it. Kind of that's that's the scent that kind of hits you as you guys are climbing up this hill and you crest the rise. You look down and you see that there's this plain below where the grass sort of gets increasingly wet and moist and marshy underfoot as it goes towards the edge of this big stand of trees that are sort of brown and partly dead, and there's this kind of oily algae floating on the water, and there's like the hulking shapes of logs like sticking out of the water. And you guys are at the edge of the dire marsh. The tracks lead up to there, and then you lose them in the kind of flowing muck. And you get to use your hold from before if you'd like, Rufus, from when you rolled the tracking roll.
Tracking.
Well, so you don't have to make another roll. You get your bonus from your roll from earlier now because the trail has ended at this point.
Oh, okay. I told you I could find him. Y'all saw it. You all saw him. He had a gun.
Can I use a spout lore about what my Bart might have learned about
Absolutely,
this
go for it.
Nice.
So Rufus, you have those options. So you're spouting lore about the marsh, is that correct?
Yeah.
So you let's see, lore about the dire marsh.
Yeah. What caused my question would be what
Yeah.
caused the trail to end?
Okay, so the trail is ended by the terrain because they have obviously traveled deep into the swamp, and this is sort of like their home territory, the Myrkridia, and so you could see many trails leading sort of into this murky, mucky, algae, poisonous lake. Not really lake. It's well, you can't. It's hard to tell how deep it is actually. Gustav, but basically they walk through the water, and so you can't see their tracks because they're leaving muddy prints along the bottom of the marsh. Gustav, the dire marsh is a vast swampland poisoned by the Gajol River. During ancient times, the land was once the original home of the forest giants before it was raised by the Trow for resources. In the Wind Age, the marsh caves served as a location for the Myrkridia's warren-like nests. So you guys are at the end of the Wind Age. So that there have been reports or rumors of Myrkridia nests in this swamp. Where have you?
Them.
Yeah. Where did you learn about the dire marsh, Gustav?
He learned about this from this bookworm wizard that knew a lot of like history and stuff in bed.
What was her name?
Yeah, we know it's a girl.
Or his name.
Her name was Alice.
Okay, and was she an Avatara or was she a member of the Order of Scholomance, which is the warlocks?
I have no idea what those are.
So the
It'll be the one that like actually has a lot of books to read.
Okay, so that would be the Order of Scholomance, probably.
Right.
That definitely sounds like something from Harry Potter.
Yeah. So you slept with this very learned warlock probably when you were in Caith Brewing. What business brought you to Caith Brewing, or into Lancarfen rather?
Well, he kind of like filed another party here. Wrote up a song about them, sang about them, and then then after he sang what he like all he felt he could sing about them, like his muse told him, you gotta pick someone else now. And like while he was waiting for the next person to come along, the adventure party come along, would get his muse excited again. He ran into Alice, and one thing led to another, and before he knew it, like They both ended up in her room.
Yeah, so you remember nights with her in this kind of smoky shop in a tower in this shining city famous for its high walls and the only place in the world where people sort of live unconcerned by the monsters and demons that roam the land. So you've seen the armies of Lancarfan, the proud Heron Guard with their sort of ribbed armor and dual blades, and you've seen the troops of the Legion march in and out of the city walls. And you've seen the tower of the Order of Scholomance, and Alice was sort of sequestered you into a dorm in the tower. So, you were snuck through halls filled with students in, sort of gray robes and brought you up to her dorm. And you sort of have this very distinct memory of the place as like a there's sort of like all kinds of strange smells in this very like looming ominous kind of building. It's like that she brings you into. Like you can tell that there's an alchemy lab there. There's smells of like mercury and who knows what chemicals in that she led you through as you were going in there. And she herself had quite a collection of different artifacts and not artifacts, but like small magical trinkets and things like that she delighted in showing off to you for the brief time that you stayed with her. What's one magical trinket that you remember in particular?
Ooh. A brooch of healing. Like, as long as you have it on, like, no matter what kind of wounds you suffer, you'll always heal from them.
Right. All right, very nice. So she probably had that on loan from the tower library for study. Yeah, very cool. So you know that about the dire marsh. So it was poisoned by a race of giants called the Trow, who I think we talked about last time. Their iron mining, which is in the you guys are looking at the overland map. Their land is sort of at the headwaters of the Gajol River up here. There's a territory called the Blind Steppes, which is sort of like a series of plateaus that the Trow Empire, the old Trow Empire, resides on. And these cities, Rhiannon and Avernus, are their cities. They're the territories of the Trow. So you guys are actually on the border of the Giants' territory on the other side of the river. And you know that the reason that this river is poisoned and the reason this marsh essentially exists and the reason maybe even the reason that Myrkridia exists is because the Trow poisoned that river with their iron mining to the north and east.
I wonder if the river has trout in it.
Trout?
Yeah, because of the trout, right?
That's different.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's not much living in this river. Okay, so you guys are there at the edge of this marsh, and let's see. Bolek looks over you guys and looks at Gustav and he says, "Are we ready? Maybe we should report this back to town."
Ready. And so, actually, Gustav looks to the party. It's just like, "Are we ready?"
Ready, laddie.
There's background. I think we're ready.
Ready.
All right. Yeah. So you guys start wading down into the swamp. So we're gonna treat this as another perilous journey. So the swamp, even though you guys are traveling a much shorter distance, as you get in amongst the trees, there are the footing is very treacherous. It's mucky and the mud kind of clings to your boots and tries to pull them off your feet. You're getting water into your clothing and stuff like that. And there's all kinds of like swarms of stinging insects and things of that nature. So this is it's tough going. And the clansmen and especially the spearmen who have a little more armor are struggling. So go ahead and roll your wisdom rolls, the three of you that are doing the party's perilous journeying.
Yeah. So once again, do you guys want me to take the free 10 plus on the looking for monsters, or do you guys want me to do the other two, one of the other two?
Nah, same.
Yeah, keep it the same.
All right, so the elf will give us a 10 plus on keeping an eye on monsters.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta find trouble. I was we had
Jack, you're the quartermaster, right?
Joker was I was the quartermaster. Oh damn! Some of the things slipped
What
out.
happened to the glass of Mountain Dew?
Okay, so how many rations does everybody have left?
I mean, most of us come with 5.
Okay.
So we're down to 4. This is our first. We did well the last time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say so you guys are gonna Dram, you got an 11 on your trailblazing, is that right? What is your trailblazing like? Are you literally blazing the trail? Okay. Yeah, so Dram is just like
the swamps of the blaze.
So Dram is like cackling madly, just like setting random parts of the swamp on fire, which is very dangerous business, because the swamp is full of like combustible gas, and sort of dead, decayed organic matter that.
Dangerous for us because every time he explodes, he just laughs and it just comes right around us because it's like these little bubbles of flame go off into the distance.
Yeah, he seems to know what he's doing.
Nature, brother. Let me give you a hand, brother.
Okay.
Some
of the supplies into the water by accident.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that exact same thing. So Jack, you guys are gonna have to camp in the swamp for the night. Everybody consumes a ration, and then on top of that, Jack, you lose 4 rations because I'm gonna say it's not you who slips. It's Ladislav who slips and like drops his pack in the water. So you guys have to replace like all the rations he was carrying between the two parties.
Nice, Stanislav. Ladislav.
So we each go down 1, or I go down 4, so I'm at none.
I mean, that's up to you guys how you want to distribute the rations.
Well, I guess I got no rations left.
Well, no, we each go down 1, right?
Yeah, so everybody.
Well, we go down 1, and then I lose the rest of the 4 that I had.
Right. I mean, you're the quartermaster, so if you decide that you want everybody else to give up a ration, right, they can do that.
It's good to be free of any carrying any rations.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys camp for the night in the swamp, and you might think there's no animals living in the river, but the forest overhead, you notice as you guys make camp, is teeming with life. There are a lot of sort of flitting and slithering things that like to live in the dying trees that jut up out of the marsh. And so every so often, you guys will hear kind of like a chitter or a hiss. At one point, who's on first watch again?
I am.
Dram. At one point, Dram, as you're at your watch, you hear there's this shriek of something in the night. It's obviously like kind of distant, like you think maybe third of a mile, half mile or so off. There's this shrill shriek of something in the night, not Myrkridia, you think. And then it's kind of cut off with a strangled gurgle. And you see, like every so often, you see something kind of flit above the camp in the very thin light that filters down through the trees, which is basically next to nothing.
And we don't have anything lit, right?
That's up to you guys. You don't have
No,
anything
no,
lit?
no, no.
Okay.
No,
mean,
especially after we see that.
The punk is always lit, dog. Oh, yeah.
All right, so you wake up Jack. Jack, it's pitch black. You can't see anything in this
All right, I'm gonna try
godforsaken
to
swamp.
get some
Fucking
fire.
racist, dude. That's so racist. I can't believe you said that.
I'm not going to touch that with 10 football.
I'm just not getting this. I just can't get my burning brand. Oh man! So I have to borrow some of the fire to might light a torch.
Okay, so Jack, you don't have your burning brand unless you rest for a full day. Remember?
No, I have my burning brand. I just have -1 to do it, so that's why my 7 failed.
Okay, all right, I'll have it. So yeah, so you struggle to
-1 forward, right? Until I rest.
yeah, that's fine.
That's why.
So you so you struggle to make a flame. Like the crystal doesn't seem to like work as well in the swamp. There's something about it. Dram, why doesn't the crystal work as well in the swamp?
Because of all the methane. It messes with its fire circuits.
Fire circuits.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, we'll say it's having trouble igniting because of something in the air in the swamp.
Okay.
So like when it goes to ignite it, it immediately gets overwhelmed by something that will not ignite besides methane, or
All right. Yeah, so there's some kind of gas that's given off, and Drum obviously knows about it, and he's able to kind of work around it, but you haven't really figured that out. You just, he keeps trying to start a fire and nothing works.
Chances I'm going to figure out with my 8 intelligence.
What's that?
My 8 intelligence isn't going to figure out anything. It's just going to try getting the walls over and over again. All right, so
Yeah. So Jack, this is
discern realities or defy. What am I doing for?
yeah. So this would be discern realities, and you definitely, without being able to see the other members of your party in the camp around you, you definitely feel very alone right now because there's nothing that you can hear, basically, except for your own movements and breathing and the slithers and flutters of the things in the trees.
Well, let's see here. What here is useful or valuable to me?
Oh man, good question. I would say that although you can't see anything, you can sit and listen. There are you can
fire.
What's that?
The crackling of the fire.
There's no fire, right?
I thought we were going to make one. We don't make one?
Do you guys make a fire? Wait, somebody said a minute ago you guys weren't making a fire. If you want to make a fire, you can make a fire. You can. I'll say you find enough driftwood.
Because I got the impression from what I scoped out in the night that there was a creature that the voice got snuffed. So I assume that means it's dangerous. So I don't want to attract any attention. That was the point of that.
There you go. Yeah, an explosive.
Well, Jack, because this is a thing. He's going to start a fire. He can't take it anymore. He feels too alone without it.
Okay, so we'll call that defy danger wisdom to get the fire started.
All right, that's wisdom.
You don't understand nature. You don't want to light that stuff up, buddy.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, well, my brand comes out fully blasted, man.
Okay, yeah. So you
can't. It's the fire was lonely inside of me.
Yeah, so you kind of rifle through the camp supplies blindly in the dark, kind of cursing under your breath probably, and you manage to find like some dry rotted wood that you actually break off of one of the trees that's like within a couple feet of you, and you manage to set the wood alight, and as the fire as the fire glows to life, you can see something briefly move in the trees above you and then disappear. What do you do?
I say, and I warm my hands.
Okay.
I mean, was it big? Was it above it, like in tall tree?
So you get a sense like it's just is sort of like out of the corner of your eye, like a flicker of movement. Whatever it was moved away out of the firelight. You think that it was probably smaller than you, but bigger than like a bird.
Okay, so it's not a Myrkridian or something. I didn't think
No.
it was. All right. I just ignore it.
Okay. Your watch goes by uneventfully, otherwise, other than the shrieks and screams and noises of the swamp.
Oh, I made it so that the fire isn't really big.
Okay.
I mean, it's like sheltered a little bit. So.
Okay. Very good. So you eventually wake up Rufus for third watch at what you sort of vaguely guesstimate is the appropriate time, because you can't really see the sky very well.
Yeah. I might have gone a little bit longer, might have gone a little bit less.
So Rufus, you wake up and everything's bright because he's got a fire out here in the swamp.
Well, it's not real bright. Well, maybe it was.
God damn it, I told you motherfuckers not to light a fire. Are you crazy? You're goddamn crazy. You're gonna get me killed.
Rufus, I'm sorry. I just can't take the dark. I'm not an elf. I can't see.
You get up and look around, and it takes your eyes a minute to adjust to sort of counteract the firelight. But when you do, you see that there is a pair of Myrkridia winding their way through the jungle, or the swamp off in the distance, picking their way carefully between the dead trees. They don't seem to have noticed you yet. They're maybe 100 yards off, but you can pick them out with your Furbolg senses in this gloom.
What do your elf eyes see?
Shit.
What do you do?
I can go range out and see if I can find them. With this fire lit, you know they're coming. They're coming right now. You gotta know it.
Oh, Jack is so relieved. Seriously, the guy, he's like, danger? Oh, phew.
At least that's straightforward, huh?
So are you staying awake, Jack, to wait for the Myrkridia to approach the camp?
I think
I gotta let the guys go. Okay, guys, another night attack. Another night attack. It's Jack's watch. He's switching out, and suddenly somebody attacks. What's the chances? Hey, Gustav, Brom.
All right. So it's now my watch. I'm gonna get jumped.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
It's your watch.
Me and my bear are gonna go hide outside a camp in some nearby cover.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me.
I'm gonna stay up a little bit longer, just a few minutes,
Okay.
And ready, because I expect action is gonna happen. Because this way they'll look at me in the fire while he can just. It's kind of like aiding, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's sneak attack.
Okay, so Rufus roll Defy Danger Dexterity.
Okay.
So
monsters. So I'm gonna add my my bear's cunning of 1.
Yep. Go ahead.
Thank you. Oh,
holy shit!
Hell yeah.
They're not gonna know you're coming.
Okay, how close do you get to them without them noticing?
I mean, wow, that's cool. I want to be able to when I see them going for my friends, I want to be in the best position to shoot them in the back as they go after my friends.
Okay, so you sort of circle wide around them. You see them notice what's that?
Bear stays in closer range, right? He's behind some larger cover, right? But I'm taking the wide route, looking for that ranged shot.
Okay, so the bear grumbles because the larger cover means hunkering down in the poisonous, gross, horrible water, and the bear doesn't really like that, but he'll be okay. He can keep his face above water. He's just gonna be a little bit grouchy later.
I'm gonna give you a bath later, Skeeter. We'll rub you down all nice. I promise, Skeeter.
He kind of gives you a look like, you better. I'll remember this.
I'll remember that shit. Yeah, he's gonna stink.
Yeah, so he hunkers down in the water, and you wait for the ripples to die down, and you see the two Myrkridia. One of them notices the firelight and makes this almost like subliminal hiss to the other one. And the other one turns. They both look at it for a second, and then they sort of get down in the water, sort of like the bear is. That they start to creep towards the camp. So you're behind them. They're in between you and the camp. About how far away are you? So Rufus, I'm leaving it to you because you rolled so well in your stealth check. How far away from them do you want to be?
Well, like I said, I mean, fairly close. I want to be able to have them at a good range. Like I'm up in a tree maybe or something like that.
Okay.
As soon as I see the group going for my group, and I've got a good shot at their back, maybe they'll start. As soon as I see them, charging or whatever, I'll shoot one, kind of a thing. And
all right, charge. It's really hard to get a good shot in this terrain, so I'm going to say you're within like 15 meters of them, up in the tree above them.
Okay, I can see. All right.
Okay.
Well, see what happens.
Yeah, so they obviously don't notice you or the bear. They go forward, and they study the firelight for a second. They obviously see Jack. Jack doesn't see them, and then they confer with each other for a second. You can see them turning and sort of like murmuring to each other, and then they turn and they both start. One of them kind of just shrinks back maybe 6 or 7 feet away out of the firelight and hunkers down, and the other one starts to slink off into the swamp, deeper into the swamp. What do you do?
God, they're not falling for it?
They're not attacking the camp.
Falling for what? They're not attacking. It looks like they're scouting. They've turned it into a scouting mission. So you.
All right, so I'm just going to stay quiet. I guess they're not too concerned. I'm obviously going to keep a close eye.
Okay.
Presuming what about the one that's leaving?
Shit, I don't know.
He's the one on the spot. So let him decide. So that other one, after a minute or two, he kind of he's up.
He more went towards the camp than the rest of them. They went off. Or is it reversed?
So there's one that's watching the camp and one that's leaving, going away from the camp.
Okay.
So you're watching him slowly pick his way through the trees, getting further and further away.
He might be looking for. He might be bringing back reinforcements. Okay, so I'm gonna wait till he's out of earshot. And then I'm going to try to bring down the one watching the team, and then I might tell the team we need to move camp.
Okay. So you wait till the other one's out of earshot. You see him disappear in the swamp, and you wait. You can kind of, with your keen senses, you can vaguely hear him splashing a little bit beneath the noises of the animals, and they do kind of quiet down when he's around, so that helps. But you hear the animal sounds pick up in the trees above you, pick up again. Jack, you're waiting impatiently. You still don't see anything. You don't hear anything. It seems like nothing's going on. Rufus, you got this guy below you now. Like I said, 15 meters away. He's got his back to you. What do you do?
He is armed, right?
They have claws. They don't use. He's not using any kind of like held weapon.
We've seen their kind before, or not? Like.
You can spout lore if you'd like to learn more about them.
Okay.
I mean, they're the same guys that you fought last night, or the night before last, rather.
It's not the big ones with the monkey strength and claws, or are we talking the big guys?
No, these are the guys with the claws and speed
little
and strength.
monstery guys. The
Yeah.
big guys we've never seen, and nor I don't think we will see.
Yeah, it's not a trow. It's not a giant.
Yeah, the trow would murder us probably.
Okay. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill it in the night. I'm a filthy animal, filthy Rufus the Ranger.
Okay, how do you do it?
I have my bear creep up and then distract with a claw attack, tearing his guts out, and then I shoot him in the back.
Okay, so I'll call that a volley again with the help from your bear.
Yeah. Do I get any bonuses or anything from being surprised or unawares? Or
Oh, actually, so actually, I'll give you an option. So you can just
Back.
you can just deal your damage, and deal your bear's damage as well, or just for free. Or you can decide you want to roll and take +1 on the roll to try to get a better, like more damage result.
No, that's cool. All right. So this roll +3.
Yep.
So 7 points of damage.
Okay, yeah. So you, which one kills him? Is it you or the bear?
I guess it's me.
Okay, yeah. So you get him like in the.
The bear's going to be really mad at you.
I mean, he can eat him. I'm happy to let him eat.
Bear's not going to eat that. He's been murking through the swamp all day.
Disgusting. Yes. Ugh. All right.
Yeah, so the bear kind of starts mauling him, and as he turns and tries to cry out, you get him with an arrow right through the throat, and he topples into the swamp, and his body disappears.
Into the goo.
Yeah.
I rush back to camp to warn the group and suggest to everyone.
So, Jack, you see something rushing out of the darkness at you. What do you do?
Jack,
I'm like, finally, I come forward. I try to do my, I try to get the brand. It'll work now, right? There's people. You gotta defend. Yes, it worked. So I light up on fire.
Okay, so you summon this sheet of flame in front of Rufus, who very quickly pulls up short.
Oh wait, is that Rufus?
It's Rufus, man. Come on, man. Put it out.
Oh man, you stink, Rufus. You've been wandering in the swamp.
I mean, everybody stinks at this point. You guys have been trekking through it all day.
God damn it. We got to move camp. We got to wake up everybody. They sent off somebody to, I think, get a whole other group of them.
All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do an intelligence check. Why didn't you just kill the guy who was wandering off?
I don't wait for his okay. I start waking up people and telling them that there was someone watching us, and they sent off somebody else to perhaps go get reinforcements. And I think that, and I suggest to everyone that we change camp.
Okay. They start getting up. They start quickly, hastily packing up the camp, and Bolek is saying, "How many of them are there?"
I took out the only one that was on watch. I took him out, so they ain't gonna know where we gone. We're all right. We got no eyes on us right now. They sent somebody off, I think, to get reinforcements, or maybe I don't know. I don't know exactly. I kind of acted a little quick. I'm sorry. I just shit. I ain't been stalked in the swamp before. I think we should rabbit, folks. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. So somebody roll me a. I'm gonna call this quick thinking. So somebody roll me a defy danger int to get the party quickly out of their campsite.
Well, I kind of did. Oh, go ahead.
Well, you rolled for the brand. You made that intelligence roll. Okay, yeah.
Got wizards, right? Come on.
Yeah, so we'll use
-1, but I still made it.
That's okay. So we'll use Jack's. So we'll use Jack's roll. So, Jack, you're being the quartermaster. You're kind of used to organizing things anyway. So you kind of get everybody up. You get all their stuff together. You get the spearmen wading out of the swamp in this pitch darkness, which they're not super happy about, but they
understand. I got I'm fire.
Oh, right. Okay. And they and Bolek says, shouldn't we douse that if we're trying to avoid them?
No, we gotta go fast. I'll lead.
Okay, so now you're crashing recklessly through the swamp in the dark, lit by firelight.
Yep.
So somebody, I'm gonna say that's a defy danger strength for somebody.
I guess me. I guess that's still in strength. Okay.
My strength is pretty weak. I don't know. Do we have a strength? I don't think we have a strength person, right?
Jack already rolled anyway.
That works. Jack,
Okay.
goddamn 90. Hell
So
yeah.
you lead the way through the swamp.
I mean, I got 12 strength. It's not
Okay.
super, but you know.
You hear the howls of the Myrkridia in the distance off to, you think, maybe the west of you, as you're crashing through the swamp. You kind of, which way are you headed away from camp, like compass-wise? So you came in from the east side of the swamp.
We're on the east, so I'll be going west into it.
Okay.
I want to try to get them to go away from the direction that guy, that one went off to go getting reinforcements. The one that they
Okay,
sent
so
off.
he went kind of west-northwest.
All right, so we'll go southeast, right?
You're going back out of
southwest. Yeah, let's go down. Let's go along this way, like here. Or where are we? Are we at the edge, or
is it going to take us off the course? I just want to do a little bit. I mean, what's the course? Where are we supposed to go?
So you guys are not exactly sure. You know that there's a Myrkridian nest somewhere in the swamp, but you lost the track at the edge of the swamp.
Right.
So I'm going to go this direction along whatever this path or whatever this wet
Okay.
area.
Yeah, so you're heading up the river delta basically to go around them.
Yep.
Okay.
Trying to follow the banks or whatever the sturdier parts.
Yeah, so you guys find yourselves fighting the current in places, and it's slow going. Everybody is going to take -1 forward to their next roll as a result of fatigue from doing this sort of like forced march in the middle of the night. The party, however, you managed to make your way south far enough that you can hear the shriek of frustration as the Myrkridia return to your camp in numbers. You hear several of them shriek actually as they return to your camp in numbers and find nothing there.
I told you, boys. I told you.
Is anybody sticking around to watch the camp, or is everybody staying with the unit?
No, we're staying with the unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't need to fuck around with them boys.
Nope.
Alex says, "This is madness. We should at least let the elders know where we are."
Shit, I don't know if right now is the best time. Would you say? God damn it, we're in watch and trying to get sleep. And what do you want us to do? God damn it, I'm tired as I can be.
He says, "I don't know." He kind of shuts up at that.
Like I know we are tired, but that's that we try to keep some distance from those creatures as much as possible. I mean, like, I would love to tell more stories about you, but if we're dead, no one's telling our stories.
All right, so I guess you guys travel south for how long? How much time are you spending traveling southwest?
An hour, they would call it.
Yeah, then we take a break.
Anything. I'm tired at that point. I just kind of like find a drier area and just collapse.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I just coil my my chain and then just start a fire and right there.
Okay. Yeah. So you start a fire and everybody gratefully settles down. There's not really enough space for everybody to like sleep comfortably in this dry patch that you found. So people kind of have to like, a couple
back to back or something like that.
Yeah, the couple of the clansmen are sort of like sleeping back to back. The spearmen, are crowded onto this little island. So a couple of you guys end up, I guess, you sort of are faced with the choice of just like chilling in the water or wandering off to look for another spot to sleep or like climbing up a tree or something. What do you guys do?
Look for a place to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, sneak off. We're gonna be real sneaky like. Tell you.
So Jack collapses. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just babbling.
I was just saying, Jack collapses in this one spot, and a couple of clansmen occupy that spot, and there's not really enough room left for anybody else. You see the spearmen start climbing one of these sort of old dead trees. It creaks a little as they climb it, but it seems okay.
So is there anything we can do to get rid of exhaustion? Is that like a real specific condition?
Like you can't.
Sleeping.
Just sleeping, and I thought we got ahead of them. I felt like.
Well, yeah, but you're traveling. You woke up everybody in the middle of the night, and they traveled. So you can sleep here. You're making camp again.
And I see. Okay.
I'm not going to make you guys consume another ration because you already ate for the night. But you have to get situated and sleep basically.
Okay, I see.
So you're going to be sleeping well into the morning.
I got you. Okay.
Gustav will cuddle up with the bear because that's probably the safest place right now.
Okay. The bear has managed to shove one of the clansmen halfway off of the island, and the clansman and you are both clinging to the bear to stop from falling into the water.
I don't cling to the bear because I fight fire in my sleep. Fart fire.
Okay.
Fight fire with fire.
So what are you doing to sleep then, Dram? Are you climbing a tree or going to find a different spot?
Yeah, I'm climbing a tree. I will
Okay, so you guys. So half the party's up in the trees basically, and you guys spend the night, and everybody who climbed is very stiff when they wake up, but you guys do wake up. You can hear the. Let's see who's on fourth watch. So Gustav. Yeah, so Gustav, you hear them roving in the night. Like you can definitely sort of sense them moving through the swamp, and occasionally you catch a glimpse of one of their scouts, but they don't come too close to your new campsite.
Does it look like they've noticed us?
They obviously found your campsite from before, but they don't know where you went.
Okay. So
they're
found an old campsite. Okay.
Yeah, so you're seeing you're seeing pairs of them, just like the pair that Rufus saw initially are searching the swamp for you guys.
All right. Gustav will stay quiet, but he would keep an eye out just in case, they somehow manage to track us. Then if they start going our way, he'll start waking people up.
Yeah, so it's a tense night, but they don't come your way.
Yeah,
and everybody sleeps in. The patrols pull back at daybreak. It's a little bit later, you sort of you feel like with the first light of the sun, normally they kind of start to disappear, but they definitely rove an hour or two into the morning after dawn, because of the shadows of the swamp, kind of shielding them from the sun. But then eventually they withdraw, and you guys get up around lunchtime, I'm going to say. What do you do?
Pack up and get back on the road. I'll keep moving.
Which way are you headed?
It's been Jack's been deciding.
Sure. So my idea is that, which isn't a good idea, but is okay. So if we go back to our last camp, we at least can kind of have a idea where we're going, and then go from west of that?
Yes.
They came from there, right? That's what he said.
Yeah, so
in that direction.
Yeah, so relative to your position before, they came from the west. So you think they're somewhere kind of north or west of you.
I guess kind of go north and see if we can pick up a trail.
Okay, yeah. So you guys march north as you trek through the swamp. You start to, I guess, Dram, you're the one trailblazing, right?
Yeah.
You can, here and there, you'll see sort of a random sign where the Myrkridia have been. You find scat at one point, although you don't see too much evidence of that. You find places where one of them has marked up a tree, and at first you think, oh, it's an animal scratching the tree, but as you look at it, there's actually there's this sort of writing on it. What do you do?
Those sneaky fuckers. We should do a group discern realities and see if we can figure out their writing. I wish we had the druid. Right, the druid would kick ass tonight.
Yeah. So there's no group perception check. So we're gonna pick one person to roll in Dungeon World.
That's cool. That's cool.
Well, who'd be best at it?
If we've got a cleric, otherwise I've got a wisdom of +1, I guess.
Okay, sounds like you're discerning. Roll it.
What was that? I'm sorry, my bad.
Right, the wisest among us.
Not
Yeah, dude.
+1.
hook us up, brothers and sisters.
All right, so you're studying the writing. So go ahead and roll your discern realities.
That's a you, Luffy. Luffy.
Oh, Rufus, are you gonna roll?
No, I wasn't. I thought
You're
that
discerning
you said
realities. You have
better
a
than
+1
Yeah.
to wisdom. I don't have
Yeah,
better. I have +1 too.
Yeah, you have the best wisdom amongst us.
I thought you said you had the best. Okay, I'm sorry. I misheard you. My bad. All right. So here we go. This is a discern realities, but with wisdom. I can do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Click on the arrow, and
There it is.
go
All
listen
right. Here
around.
we go. Can I get that? It's kind of a stretch. Maybe not my bear's monster hunting skills being a help me with this. Probably a stretch.
Not with discerning the writing now.
Yeah. Well, a 12 will do. That'll do.
Nice.
All right. So ask 3 questions from the list below, and I get +1 forward, right? Acting on an answer I talk about here. Okay. So let's see. What should I be on the lookout for, first of all?
Okay, so you study the runes, and as you study the writing. Sorry, you study the kind of weird scratch marks that they have in this tree here, and after you look at it for a second, your blood runs cold. You realize that this rune is like an arcane sigil. It's not any kind of like primitive swamp language. It's actually a magical enchantment. It's a ward, like an alarm spell.
Holy shit, Dram! Dram,
So-
come over here, Dram! Dram, holy shit, there's a ward on this fucking tree, Dram! It's gonna fucking...
So you think if you guys travel further north from where you are right now, it will set off the ward, and whoever placed the ward here is going to be notified that you're here.
We got to stop. Everybody, hold still. Let's take a chill. Let's take a knee. Never mind, it's a swamp. Don't take a knee. All right, everybody sit on the back of Skeeter. Skeeter, I'm sorry, buddy, but we just need a spot to talk. We got to make some serious moves. Man, Dram, that ward, it's watching over this whole line. If we cross, they're gonna know where we is. They'll be able to track us tonight. We ain't gonna be able to sleep tonight. You know what I mean? Shit, I got my beauty rest.
What are you stammering on about?
Well, I just thought maybe if you got anything you could do about a magic ward.
You just blow it up and move on.
But then they'll know. We can't do that. They'll know. That's the whole point. Yeah.
Can somebody break it? Using magic?
Well, that's what I was asking you. I mean, could you do it without notifying them? You know, dissipate things, some kind of dispel kind of shit. This is your department, man. I'm just a hick out here trying to make ends meet. You know what I mean? God damn it, Skeeter, give me a hug.
Skeeter gives you a hug, although reluctantly because you smell like swamp.
Of course. So let me ask.
And now you smell even more like swamp after hugging Skeeter.
Right. Let me ask another question. See if I can get a little more out of this. Okay. So what I should be on the lookout for is this ward that's going to that's going to tell them that we've passed by here, so they'll know where we are.
No, the
Yeah.
drawing that was on the tree turned out to be a ward.
Yes.
Right, but that's what the ward does, right? Am I
Yep.
mistaken?
Yep.
It alerts them, so they're going to come here.
Right. So we don't want to set off the ward.
But we can't walk past it.
Yeah. Do I know of any
deactivate
way with a 12? Do I know of any way to go around it, to avoid it? Could I get the emo later to try to maybe do his own magic discern thing, or
So what?
Actually, let me ask my questions first. Let me.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I said we get one on the lookout here. Okay. What here is useful or valuable to me?
Well, so one thing that you can figure out by looking at the ward, if you kind of skirt the edge of the warding and travel along neighboring wards, you know from your experience tracking in the wild and dealing with arcanas and stuff like that occasionally, is that you can figure out the ward has sort of a center area. So and whoever set the ward or whatever it was they're trying to protect is probably there, and you can figure out pretty much exactly where that is if you study the outside of the warding. So that's one thing.
Where their camp is, almost like where their HQ is, or something.
Exactly, yeah. So that's one thing that's useful. Another thing.
I tell the crew about that. Of course,
Okay.
The punk immediately wants to charge, right?
Yeah. So another thing, obviously, you could set off the ward. They would know. They don't know precisely where you are, but they know the point where the ward is set off. So you could use that to, like, set an ambush for them, for example.
Yeah, set an ambush.
Or even as a distraction. Let's see.
Last question then. Any thoughts here, guys? You see all these questions on the chart here. Anything pop out to you guys?
Oh, there's one more thing. From the what is useful to me. The third thing is that you know that they know arcane magic. You think that this was probably scribed by one of the pack mages. So they obviously have the knowledge of this warding dream, which again indicates the touch of some greater power.
And it's arcane, not divine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, certainly I tell the crew, using all kinds of words that are too big and don't make sense. It's them eldritches. Them eldritches. You got to be careful, them eldritches. And then, yeah, I mean, maybe I ask advice from them, and then I'll ask, shit, guys.
Who's really in control here?
Yeah, it's a good one. Who's really in control here? I mean, who's this caster guy? Who's this mad caster down at their HQ?
That's a great question. So, so the ward is controlled by one of the pack mages, and the pack mage is, well, I'm trying to think what I can tell you that I haven't told you already with the third question, which I need to do. So the pack mage is controlling the ward. The leveler is controlling the pack mage. You don't have enough information at this point to get more than that, I would say.
All right. Shit.
What's his? Jack says, just take that stick of his and erase it.
I don't think I can get rid of the ward. We can go around it, brother.
You said it was a pack mage that made it. Why don't we just use the pack mage weapon to remove it?
Well, it ain't like that. It ain't no pack mage. It's like a sensor. I don't even know what the fuck a sensor would be in this time period, but goddamn it, it's like an eyeball. And it's like a goddamn
poke it out
eyeball.
with a stick.
No, we can't poke its eye out because it's invisible. It's on that ward, but we can't decast it. We got to be careful, man. What are you talking about? Shit.
It's a magic stick and a magic eye. Poke it.
Look, if we want to get some sleep tonight, you got to follow me.
It ain't time to sleep. It's a time to kill.
All right. Well, what's the team think? What do you guys all think? I'm telling you, my thoughts are we could get some sleep tonight. I know how to skirt around these wards to get us to a safe spot without them knowing. Or we could, of course, set up an ambush right here. Or we could sneak right into their HQ if you guys got the balls for that stupid shit. But I tell you, that's a fucking suicide mission right there, punk boy.
Actually, I'm gonna answer your third question a little bit better. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Let's see. So the clansmen look at the rune, and one of them says, "You ever heard of Thalor the Black?"
I probably haven't. I don't know. This is probably a human, or is this something I would have heard of? I don't know. I'm certainly no expert on arcane magic.
There's supposed to be this Myrkridian sorcerer lurking out here in the swamp somewhere that can't be killed, says the clansman. He can call lightning from the sky.
Fucking shit. We got lightning callers, boys. We got lightning callers. We're in a tight spot. We're in a tight spot. Shit, don't touch my hair. All right. Well, what do you all want to do?
Wait for the ambush.
You want to set up an ambush?
Yeah. I like this
Right.
idea of getting that wizard.
I mean, it's going to be a big old group of them. We heard them. I mean, we can probably take them, right? Everybody's back
I
up.
don't know.
We got sleep now,
I
right?
don't know. We're in their domain.
How well did the guards look?
I didn't understand the question. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
How did
the hearth guard, you mean?
Yeah.
They're tired, but no more than you guys. I mean, they're fit, trained, somewhat trained soldiers.
Do we still have the -1 right now, or are we?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say yeah. You guys slept through like a part of the morning, so you guys are okay now.
Yeah, we're and if we act on these questions that we just got answered, we can get a +1 and either cancel that out or, whatever.
Oh no. So you guys rested enough to get rid of the fatigue.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're all right. We're all right. So well, then we just got +forward on. So do you guys want to? Any thoughts here? I mean, it sounds like the punker wants to go and make some trouble. It sounds like the emulator wants to set up an ambush right here. Anybody else got any thoughts? Any ideas?
One other thing I want to mention that's useful because I just thought of it. You guys, it's obviously almost noon. You guys are in broad daylight, and you know that the Myrkridia don't like to be out during the day.
Yeah,
Let's get them while they're sleeping.
Well, I don't know if I want to go to their headquarters. I mean, anybody else worried about taking on the whole tribe? Because I mean, it's just the 6 of us, or 5 of us, and I ain't seen the druid all morning, so I don't know if we got what you call the arrow power to take them down.
Maybe, but if we could take down their leader and lift
Yeah, they tend to run away.
Yeah.
Is that something we've ever heard of? Do they break easy? They've
Yeah.
run before.
Why do you think Chad went right into the middle of him, killed the guy, and then they all ran away?
They did run before.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I'm down. What's the party thinking here? It sounds like we got kind of some votes going different way. What does everybody want to do? Is anybody injured? Nobody's injured, right? Nobody's injured.
Nobody's injured.
No, we're good.
All right, so I mean, we're as ready as we can be, but we could avoid this ward and maybe lose them all together. There might be crazy shit up ahead, I don't know. Do we gotta killing them?
Bullock says there were other search parties that got sent out from Yursgard. We could go back and get more men.
Oh wow! If you don't get killed, they will clearly get fucking murked as soon as they're not
Maybe
helped
not.
by the main characters. Let the guards go off. Oh my god, are you kidding me? The red shirts off by themselves.
We also have to consider that we got time to rest up while they were out searching for us, so many of them might be tired from all that searching.
Oh yeah, I don't know. All right, we got one for go right to the headquarters. We've got one for ambush. I'm kind of leaning just skirt around the wards, but I could certainly be convinced to ambush. I don't really want to go to the headquarters. I feel like that would be unless you guys think as a team, the punk and myself could do a decent sneak attack, a decent kind of combo sneak attack. But I don't know that we'd get away. You know what I mean? We might kill the leader. Like, would they really give up if we kill? And maybe if it's daylight, right? Daylight, they're kind of bugged out. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
But what do you guys want to do? Any thoughts?
Well, it is 10:38 going on.
Oh yeah, it's gotten pretty late.
10:40. It's gotten
Yeah,
pretty late.
up here.
So let's talk about let's talk about what we're doing next. Are we doing?
Okay, let's do the official session wrap up first, real quick.
That's a good point. Thank you.
Okay, so we reached into the session. So has anybody resolved any of their bonds? Have you completely explored it? It's no longer relevant.
Like I think I with the I wrote like since I finished it up the song for Jack.
Nice.
I
Okay,
finished
so
up the ballad.
okay, so you can mark that off and mark experience, and then add a new bond if you'd like to.
All right.
If Jack agrees, Jack, do you agree that your song has been written?
It has. It was a great song. Jack. Like Flash
Perfect.
Gordon.
All right. Has anybody else got a bond that they've resolved?
Oh, I started a new one with Dram because I stole something from him, but I still need to learn more about it.
Okay,
So
very good.
I'm teaching him kind of as a mentor.
But as a result, that has cleared my bond, which is Jack has felt the hellish touch of fire. Now they know my strength. So I think he's felt the hellish touch of fire. So
Okay, fair enough.
I felt the absence of it, and I was lacking, and so I that's what it was. It really, because now that I had it, I felt it subtracting whatever that when I rolled that badly, whatever the being alone and stuff. The fire keeps me company. I'm gonna put that down as one of my things. The fire keeps me company now.
Nice.
I think I might have gotten one. I've got the punk has no respect for nature, so I have no respect for them. This was me using him as bait.
So have you gained respect for him then, or what? How's the bond resolved?
I guess it's like he did have a good. He was very useful. He was a very useful tool, and he's very brave. So yeah.
Okay, well there you go.
Respect for him, but I was using him as bait.
Okay, well so mark that off, and you can add a new bond as well.
And I have a new bond with death. As
That's
a question. How will I answer?
Yeah, that's not really a bond because it's not with one of the other players. But yeah, you did that as something that we have to resolve at some point.
That's hardcore, bro.
And then Gustav has sung songs of Dram Stoker before, and he sung of Dram Stoker again, but this time in the flesh.
So Dram, mine was with you as the flame from Dram Stoker keeps me company.
All right,
that's the name of my bond.
Okay, and then so any other new bonds you guys have ideas for at this point?
Rufus, are we still doing the con with Mary Sue? Oh, that's kind of gone to the background.
I'm down. Whatever. Are we going to have another session of this? What do you guys think? Are we doing round robins, or what are you thinking?
My bond is Rufus is a doofus.
Oh.
And that's I'm expecting him to do something like unexpected and get the party killed because he's constantly running into danger with this dumb bear.
Big dumb bear.
Alrighty.
You big dumb bear.
Okay. All right. So let's let me just give out the rest of the XP real quick. So we did that we did the bonds. Everybody look at their alignment.
I got one from bond, right? 1. 6.
Yeah. So any bond that you crossed off, you got XP for.
Yeah.
And then
I got 2 XP for failures.
I got 4 XP for failures. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
All right, and then look at your alignment or drive, and say whether has anybody fulfilled their alignment or drive this session.
I think I got mine for thirst for recognition. Be recognized for your actions. When I went over to the dude and I rescued the guy from being dragged away.
Okay, yeah, sure, he's grateful for sure.
Yeah.
Which that was a Bolek.
Yeah.
That was Ladislav, right? Yeah.
It was the first guy that went down.
Yeah, that was Ladislav.
No,
okay.
was the second guy. No, was the first guy? Can't remember which one it was, but you remember you told me the guy went down and was being dragged away. What do you do? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that was Ladislav. Okay, so I wrote that down. Does anybody else fulfill their alignment?
Yes, I think that Rufus, as a chaotic alignment, freed someone from the figurative bonds of life.
Okay.
That poor
Uh,
bastard, I freed him.
okay. I'll allow it.
Is that why you stole the kill from your bear?
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Let's see. Not sure if we could start Phil. This would spur others to significant and unplanned decisive action. Like I guess
That was
like
me,
push.
man.
Yeah, you put you put up the idea and like Gustav says, oh yeah, that's a It's like this is their nighttime. You could totally take out their their leader.
Well,
They'll
you're
run
going
away.
down spurred me into to action.
Yeah.
So I don't think did Gustav do anything in particular to spur you to action, though, Jack?
When he was
I guess when he.
well, his song did. Please help me. I'm here dying.
Oh right, yeah, okay. So.
Whatever it was.
Okay, so mark XP for that. I think that's everybody, right?
Help!
Yeah.
Help! I'm being torn to pieces.
Help! Not just
I will.
any pieces.
Oh, yeah, I'll forever hear that the Beatles melody. Okay. So that was the alignments. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah, we learned a bit more about the dire Marsh.
Okay, so everybody mark it.
And also about the what do you call it? The people up to the north, those people that keep poisoning things.
Drow.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody mark XP for that.
Wow.
Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
No.
I did, yeah. I took
Well,
out,
I mean a notable one. Did we get any of the named ones?
maybe not notable. Okay, I see.
Well, maybe the one that like downed Gustav. I guess that's a notable one.
What about the
He almost
swamp?
killed.
The swamp itself, well, we did sort of. We slept there twice. I don't know.
That was a stretch. I know.
I'll let you guys decide. If you guys want it, then you can take it. If you guys can agree that it makes sense.
Yeah, fighting in the dark, and I don't know.
The swamp Myrkridia were notable. No,
Yeah.
they weren't. Were they?
Definitely want to play it again. I love the speed of play of Dungeon World. It's such a fast D&D.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right,
It's
and
nice.
then lastly, did we loot a memorable treasure?
Well, did we find anything significant on those on the ones that we killed?
That's what. Oh no, that's a good question. No, I guess we didn't. We didn't technically
They just
loot
use
them.
claws, right? They were using claws.
Can we put it for using it?
Well, you didn't find anything new, so I don't think it qualifies now. I did forget to give you loot for those guys. I'll paste that in the Discord after the session.
Oh, cool.
But there's nothing. There's no like special crazy magical item or anything in their gear.
We really only ran into. We avoided being attacked by running into the things. We could have been ambushed by a whole bunch, I guess.
Yeah, I would say you guys fought a notable battle, so I would count that if you guys
I guess
want to count that for the XP.
We fought the big battle, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that gets me one. All right, 8.
All right, cool.
Well, it wasn't a specific individual, but we fought a whole bunch of them. Were outnumbered.
Right. All right, so that was it for that game. Good game, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Thanks a lot for running stuff, man. Good to have you.
no problem. What are we doing next time then?
Talk about
Dark Heresy.
Oh yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I already put in the link for to join.
Yeah, I'll make my character shortly. I'm gonna. Do we need to talk about what we're making?
Well, the main thing is like you can have like each of you can have up to 3 things you can wish for. And it's just like how many are you going to take and what are they? because like it could be an item, a power, talent, advantage, or like I remember someone said they wanted to be a Sisters of Battle, right? And there's a requirement for that. You could override the requirements.
Any ogren opportunities?
Hold on. Are they even ogre? I don't remember seeing ogrins on any of the books. But if it's there,
Well, no, he's
you
saying
can
can he
get.
wish himself to be an ogren? I think that was.
Oh, all they are really is just they have the over muscled thing or whatever the heck they are, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
they've had them in different things.
Oh yeah, they do have an Ogren War. So yeah, you could use your wish to become an ogren. When your wish is to become an ogren, and then you could get the their bonuses. Because I remember correctly, they have a different stat build.
Yeah, because they're monsters, right?
No, they're app humans.
All right, we're gonna wrap up the recording here for now. So if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, I want to say thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to follow or subscribe. It's free if you're watching on YouTube. And I'll see you next time. Take care, folks.